I accidentally transmigrated as Taotie, the leader of the 4 great fierce beasts. But I was mistaken for a silly dog by a reborn Empress. Just as she was about to catch me to make dog meat hot pot, I hugged her leg and called her Mommy over a dozen times. This is because Ling Qingxue is the Azure Dragon Empress living her second life. She once used a low-grade 5-star bloodline cauliflower snake and evolved it into an Earth-grade Azure Wood Earth Dragon. But in the end, because the snake's potential was exhausted, it died during the Divine Ascension Tribulation. But I am a super fierce beast with a Divine Beast evolution system. As long as I keep devouring, I can grow infinitely. Looking at the little black dog hugging her leg, Ling Qingxue was filled with astonishment. Could this ugly little thing be this Empress's contracted beast in this life? Oh well, it can't possibly be even more trash than the cauliflower snake from my previous life. So she immediately released her spiritual power to check my bloodline. In an instant, Ling Qingxue was stunned. How is it possible that there's no bloodline at all? This thing really is just a dog, because bloodline represents the growth potential of a monster. The stronger the bloodline of the monster, the more room for improvement its contracted master will have in the future. Hearing this, I struggled desperately. You're the dog. I am the fierce beast Taotie. But before I could finish cursing, Ling Qingxue tossed me aside. I can't believe that a dignified reborn empress, would actually lose to a common black dog in this life. I refuse to accept this. Right. As long as I sell that cauliflower snake egg and exchange it for a blood chi pill to break through to the martial artist realm, I can go and catch another monster with a bloodline. But when she turned around, she found that the cauliflower snake egg was gone. Panicked, she quickly looked around, trying to find where the egg had gone. And when her gaze landed on my round belly, I let out a burp. The Empress completely broke down. The most useless thing in the house ate the most useful thing in the house. Seeing her reaction, I was confused. This poop scooper is unbelievable. It's been 3 minutes since I hatched, and she hasn't fed me a single bite. Does she want to starve me to death? I can't even find some food for myself. It's so hard being a fierce beast. Ding dong. Devoured cauliflower snake egg. Strength +2. Defense +1. Evolution points +3. Tip. Evolution points can be used to evolve bloodlines and skill levels. To evolve into the next form, Original Taotie, the host needs 10 more evolution points. Hearing the system's voice, I finally broke down in tears. Ever since I chose the Taotie evolution path inside the egg, this was the second time I'd heard the system's voice. So, I impatiently opened the attribute panel. I looked at the notes. Every time a new form evolves, it will improve the bloodline and a small amount of mental attributes. There is a chance to awaken new skills or even skill mutations. The host should prioritize form evolution. It seems my Taotie body relies on devouring everything to obtain energy and improve myself, and the devour conversion rate depends on the intimacy between myself and my contracted master. Hearing this, I suddenly realized, doesn't that mean I can even eat trash like bed boards and floors? Instantly, I opened my wide mouth and started frantically biting the floor. Seeing this, Ling Qingxue, with a dark face, picked me up roughly. Stupid dog, stop eating trash. I started cursing at Ling Qingxue again. I told you I'm the fierce beast Taotie. Taotie, your intimacy with the poop scooper has become -10%. You've got to be kidding me. Intimacy can actually be negative? I got a bit scared, shrinking my neck. Don't mess with a new account. Seeing my state, Ling Qingxue finally compromised. She threw a few pieces of dried meat on the ground and began refining her blood chi. Seeing this, I didn't care about anything else and immediately ate all the dried meat. But after eating so much, it only added 1 point of defense. I had to ask the system on an empty stomach, which foods provide the most attributes and evolution points. Precious ores and metals, high-level monster corpses, spiritual herbs, etc. can all significantly increase evolution points and attributes. Hearing this, I couldn't help but complain. An adult dog already has 20 attack points. I'm only at 6. This is way too weak. No way. System, you must compensate me. Host, have some shame, will you? I rolled my eyes. I'm not even human anymore. Why do I need shame? And look at my owner, she's dirt poor. Shouldn't you take care of me a bit? The system helplessly sent a compensation. Item. Transcendent smell. Possesses unparalleled olfactory abilities. Can perceive items within 100 meters through smell. This skill isn't bad. At least I can go out and find food. So I immediately jumped to the top of the building. Transcendent smell activated. All sorts of scents instantly converged from all directions into my nose. I immediately locked onto a street corner. In an instant, I jumped right next to a street trash can. I immediately started devouring the leftovers in the trash can. Strength plus, defense plus 2, speed plus. After finishing those leftovers, I found quite a few bones. They still carried the lingering aura of demonic beasts. Holy crap. These are demonic beast bones. They can increase my attributes significantly. So, without hesitation, I swallowed them whole. Ding. Devoured mid-stage Tier 1 Earth Flamehound Bone. Estimated digestion time, 30 minutes. Before the system finished its prompt, a fresh fragrance drifted into my nose from afar. My eyes immediately lit up. I headed toward the source of the scent. I saw on a nearby windowsill a glowing plant being grown. This grass glows. It must be a spirit herb. Little grass, do you want to come home with me? If you don't answer, it means you want to come home with me. So, while no one was around, I immediately bit the spirit herb and ran off. When the owner of the grass in the next room finished cultivating, they discovered the giant spirit grass they'd grown for months was gone. Where did this thief come from? You dare steal herbs from me, Li Lianshan. I'll slaughter you. Devoured semi-mature imperial-grade low-rank spirit herb. Spirit gathering grass. Strength plus 2, speed plus 2, spirit plus 2, evolution value plus 4. By the time I returned to the room, my size had already increased several times over. At this rate, I should soon grow to the size of a lion. Ding dong. Earth Flamehound Bone digestion complete. Strength plus 3, speed plus 2. I was instantly thrilled. It's only been one day, and my attributes have already grown significantly. If I devour powerful demonic beasts, won't I just take off? And at that very moment, a surge of power suddenly flowed into Ling Qingxue's body. Her vitality, which was originally 99 points, instantly broke through 100 points, successfully stepping into the strength of a Tier 1 early-stage martial artist. She opened her eyes in confusion. I've already broken through? But after sensing her surroundings, she noticed the key point. She immediately lifted me into the air. You went out and stole food, and there's a hint of giant spirit grass's aura. Oh no, I forgot to pack some for my owner. I wonder if Ling Qingxue eats leftovers. Although Ling Qingxue was a bit angry when she sensed the power within me, she was suddenly puzzled. In just a short while, you've actually grown this much, and your physique has also improved greatly. It seems that the treasure in Qingyuan Forest is something worth fighting for after all. I heard that in her previous life, someone found the legendary astral stone there. This astral stone contains the power of the vast stars. Its quality reaches the Earth grade high rank. It perfectly complements her Earth grade technique, the 10,000 Origins Unity art, working together to refine an elemental spirit. Early the next morning, Ling Qingxue carried me to Qingyuan Forest. The moment I stepped into the forest, I felt that this forest had the auras of many Tier 4 demonic beasts. But more than that, there were smells of delicious food. Suddenly, I caught a scent. I immediately jumped out of the bag and rushed toward the nearby bushes. I took a snake that had just broken through to Tier 1 early stage, and while it was weak, I ate it like a spicy strip. Ling Qingxue was instantly shocked by me. This snake, even a genius like me, whose mental power far exceeds others, didn't notice. Yet it was discovered by the smut. Suddenly, an unbelievable thought rushed into Ling Qingxue's mind. Could it be that this little black dog is a mutant demon beast with innate skills? No wonder its bloodline seemed gone. It was actually a hidden bloodline. Ha! Heaven is on my side. By now, I had finished eating a first-order early-stage snake and evolved the size manipulation skill, allowing me to grow or shrink at will. I felt smug and began to use the size manipulation skill, instantly doubling my size. Ling Qingxue's beautiful eyes widened. Ding! Ling Qingxue's intimacy increased by 10, currently at 30. Devour all. Talent activated to 30%. It really works, I thought to myself. If the other 3 skills weren't so unremarkable, I would have shown them all to increase her favorability. Host, I must remind you that this energy absorption conversion rate is unrelated to evolution points. Evolution points are extracted for you by this system, 100 every time. Extract. TSK. A bit disappointing. Evolution points are the most important thing for my evolution. No rush. I'll devour the heavens and earth, and eventually devour an entire secret realm. There won't be a shortage of evolution points. Choosing God-slaying gluttony was definitely the right move, because Ling Qingxue's view of me had changed. She started actively hunting food for me. She turned into a light blur, swiftly approaching that wild rabbit. A dagger flew out, taking down the rabbit instantly. As a reincarnated empress, she possessed countless martial arts techniques. The only thing she lacked was resources. I jumped from her arms and devoured the wild rabbit in a few bites. Ding! Consumed common wild rabbit. Speed +1. Evolution points +1. Only 1 evolution point. Better than nothing, I guess. Only 2 more evolution points to go. I started to get excited. Then, I began to use my mental power to convey my request to Ling Qingxue. Sensing the weak mental power in her mind, Ling Qingxue looked up slightly toward a tree, about 10 meters ahead. There was a first-order early-stage wood-spotted snake, whose color closely matched the bark. Its body could be sold for a few thousand yuan. Your mental power is actually quite good, you silly dog. Once I sell this wood-spotted snake, I'll buy some meat for you. Although I was annoyed, I still endured it, bowing my head for the sake of food. Isn't embarrassing. My Empress looks down on me as always. Ling Qingxue placed me on the ground, then walked slowly toward the wood-spotted snake, dagger in hand. With her skills, killing the wood-spotted snake was far too easy. In less than 3 minutes, the wood-spotted snake was cut in 2 and lay on the ground, its body still twitching. Seeing this, I dashed over to bite this spicy strip. In a short while, I had swallowed the entire meter-long wood-spotted snake. Ding! Consumed first-order early-stage wood-spotted snake. Estimated digestion time, 40 minutes. Damn, that's so long. I felt helpless. Ling Qingxue picked me up with a dark expression. You heartless, silly dog. I'll call you Wu Liang from now on, to raise me. She fed almost all the meat to me, without eating anything good herself. She put me back in the bag, and zipped it up. If this continues, her coming to the Qingyuan forest will be meaningless. First, kill demon beasts to sell for money in exchange for blood-chi pills. I need to build a solid foundation, and wait to absorb the astral spirit to practice the Myriad Sources Unity Art. Lying in her backpack, I counted down the time for digestion to complete. A first-order early-stage wood-spotted snake must have at least 8 evolution points. Soon, 40 minutes had passed. Ding! First-order early-stage wood-spotted snake digestion complete. Strength +5. Defense +3. Evolution points +8. Seeing the system notification, my eyes widened. These attribute points and evolution points are great. Awesome. Host. Evolution points for the Devour beast are sufficient. Do you wish to evolve immediately? Does evolution take time? Yes, it does, but the initial evolution speed is very fast. The host only needs a few minutes to evolve into a gluttonous beast. During this time, the host will enter a deep sleep, unable to perceive anything from the outside world. Fine. Then start the evolution immediately. Ding. Deducting 10 evolution points. Evolution begins. As the system notification faded, I felt my head grow dizzy, and subsequently fell into a deep sleep. I entrusted my safety entirely to Ling Qingxue. She is a reborn empress. After all, she's reliable. Ling Qingxue, who had just slain a first-order early-stage burrow rat, immediately sensed something strange coming from the contract within her. She immediately pulled me out. Seeing strands of familiar blood-chi energy churning within me, shock filled Ling Qingxue's eyes. A demonic beast, without taking any special evolution potions, can actually evolve on its own. This completely shattered her existing knowledge of evolution. Ding! Evolution complete. System panel generating. I'm awake. Evolved into a gluttonous beast. My bloodline grade has evolved to low grade 2-star. Now there's a possibility of breaking through to the first order. Not only that, all 4 primary attributes have increased. The Taotie's stomach skill, after evolving into a gluttonous beast, has undergone some changes. Digestion speed has been permanently increased by 50% from the original base. Glancing at the remaining evolution points, it's just enough for me to upgrade Taotie's stomach to level 3. Awesome! Now the eating speed is even faster. Ling Qingxue picked me up after my successful evolution. I've gained more weight. My size has also increased significantly. Moreover, some crimson patterns have appeared on my body, making me look even more mystical. Ling Qingxue's eyes were full of excitement, as if she were the one who had evolved. Low-grade 2-star. Your bloodline evolved on its own to low-grade 2-star. From now on, with my knowledge, I will definitely be able to push your bloodline to the emperor rank. I'm back in business. Life's greatest ups and downs are exactly like this. Hungry. Hearing the childish voice in her mind, the newly calmed Ling Qingxue felt helpless again. It seemed she couldn't quite afford to keep this little guy, but she still fed the burrow rat into my mouth. She ate some dried meat herself to replenish energy. Ding! Consumed a first-order early-stage burrow rat. Estimated digestion time, 18 minutes. I gave a satisfied smile. Just as I suspected, after evolving into a gluttonous beast, my devouring speed has increased significantly. System, are there any limits to my devouring ability now? There are none. Taotie can digest all items. There is only a limit on the digestion speed. Got it. High-level items take a long time to digest. The best approach is to devour food. About one order higher than myself. Ling Qingxue kept searching for demonic beasts to fight. Besides what she let me devour, there were 2 first-order early-stage demonic beast corpses left. She couldn't let me eat them all. She had to save some to exchange for a few blood chi pills to improve her blood chi. First-order early-stage burrow rat digestion complete. Strength +5. Defense +4. Evolution points +7. A bit worse than the wood-spotted snake. This rat is really not good enough. I need to find a way to steal some beast corpses from my poop scooper. I have to eat. The improvement is too slow. At Ling Qingxue's current pace, when on Earth will I be able to evolve again? Receiving my consciousness, Ling Qingxue's expression grew even worse. What on earth is she raising? She gritted her teeth. She fed me another shadow cat corpse. Last time. Definitely the last time for today. Ding. Consumed a first-order early-stage shadow cat. Estimated digestion time, 18 minutes. Comfortable. After eating, my mood quickly improved. My poop scooper is a bit cold, but she's still a decent person. I'll just carry her along in the future. Suddenly, Ling Qingxue looked ahead. Rapid footsteps sounded from not far away. They were very rhythmic. One could tell they were soldiers. A well-trained squad, upon seeing Ling Qingxue, immediately walked toward her. Hello, we are soldiers from the city lord's mansion. May I ask if you have encountered anyone else in the Qingyuan forest? The squad leader asked in a deep voice. Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. Sorry, I've only been here for half a day. Didn't see anyone. Upon hearing this, the squad leader looked disappointed. If you happen to encounter someone here later, a girl around 17 or 18 years old, please be sure to notify us. The city lord's manor will reward you handsomely. All right, Ling Qingxue agreed. After a brief exchange, the squad leader led his team of 20 people away. I looked on with interest. They're looking for someone, 17 or 18. Could it be the city lord's daughter? Ling Qingxue thought the same. It seemed this had happened in her previous life too. The city lord's daughter, Zhao Xian, was captured by the Wolf Fang squad. The Wolf Fang squad, a martial artist squad that loves betraying their own. Ling Qingxue didn't have much thought about this, but in her heart, regarding what Zhao Tianan held in terms of secret realms, she was somewhat interested to solve the situation. In a word, if there's a chance, she can be saved. Otherwise, act as if she was never seen. This was Ling Qingxue's way of survival. I boredly watched my poop scooper's constantly changing expressions through the contract. I could also sense her thoughts. Not bad, not bad. We really are a match made in heaven. Refined individualism. Becoming stronger is the only way. What does everything else matter? Ling Qingxue thought for a moment, and regained her composure, continuing to search for demonic beasts to fight. I crawled on the ground, swallowing and digesting everything edible, even the most ordinary things. Quantity can lead to a qualitative change. Ding. Consumed 300 gene of ordinary stones. Defense +1. Ding. First order early stage shadow cat digestion complete. Strength +4. Speed +6. Evolution points +8. Wonderful. Speed has increased significantly. Strength has even reached 40 points. Evolution points are at 15. 100 points doesn't seem that hard. I was secretly delighted. My only worry is spirit. The increased speed is too slow. With less than 100 spirit points, I can only convey vague thoughts. Not being able to speak is too troublesome. I'm quite the talker. As I was thinking, my nose caught a very delicious scent. Wahaha, so fragrant. I must get this into my stomach. I bolted in one direction, completely ignoring Ling Qingxue's darkening expression. This Empress regrets it. Ling Qingxue sighed heavily. She could only follow again. A reborn Empress becoming the guard of a mutt. What on earth is the script for her life this time? I couldn't be bothered with Ling Qingxue's mutterings in my head. I just kept rushing forward. A scent kept lingering at my nose. A scent as tempting as molten lava. I couldn't suppress the excitement in my heart. After a while, I darted into a cave. Finally, a pool about 10 meters wide appeared before me, and in the pool were a dozen strange, fire-red fish with menacing scales. What kind of fish are these? Why do they smell so good? And the water has a fresh fragrance too. It's definitely not ordinary. Thinking this, I started gulping down water by the pool. Ding. Consumed diluted earth spirit milk. Defense +1. Spirit +1. A heavenly treasure. I was so excited I almost jumped. Thinking this, I continued to feast. Ling Qingxue, who followed in, saw the scene, and her pupils contracted. A spiritual spring containing diluted earth spirit milk, and there were actually over a dozen dragon blood fish. Earth spirit milk is a spiritual medicine, and it's a top-grade yellow rank medicine. Dragon blood fish are even more rare demonic variants. Legend says they possess dragon blood in their bodies. Their meat contains immense vital energy. With these things, I can definitely quickly reach the mid-stage of the First Order. Even the late stage of the First Order is possible. The only thing that puzzled her was that dragon blood fish seemed to only appear in secret realms. At this thought, a crazy idea popped into Ling Qingxue's mind. There is a high possibility of a secret realm entrance here. Perhaps even an unexplored secret realm entrance. However, even if it's a low-level secret realm, there are quite a few second and third-tier demonic beasts in there. I need to become at least a second-tier martial artist and prepare myself before entering. Otherwise, I can't even guarantee my own safety. Suppressing the excitement in her heart, Ling Qingxue began planning for the dragon blood fish in the spiritual spring. Because this damn guy has already swallowed a lot of the spiritual spring. If he keeps swallowing, there won't be much left for her to take. She jumped straight into the spiritual spring, circulating her cultivation technique to absorb the thin earth spirit milk. Feeling my attributes growing slower, I complained to myself. She doesn't even yield to a child. The poop scooper is too selfish. I don't have a cultivation technique to add buffs. No way. I have to snatch it. Gritting my teeth, I spent 10 evolution points to upgrade the glutton stomach. Stomach of Taotie. Skill. Increased digestion speed. Increased stomach space. I had already buried my head in the pool water, sucking frantically. Only 5 evolution points left again. There's still a long way to go. A smile slowly appeared on Ling Qingxue's face. Great. My mental strength has reached the next tier. I'll be able to master the myriad manifestation star god art faster. 5 days will be enough. Her mental strength sank to the bottom of the pool, and soon discovered an unusual spatial fluctuation. This proved that the secret realm existed at the bottom of the pool. Once I finished the Linjiang High School mock joint exam, I might be able to step into the realm of a second-tier martial artist. Then I'll enter the secret realm to explore. She glanced at me, and almost lost her composure. A black head buried in the pool water, sucking out a small whirlpool, because she discovered that my physical strength and mental strength had actually approached the level of a tier entry demonic beast. You need at least 100 points to be considered tier entry. I pulled my head out of the water to breathe fresh air, almost suffocated. What a fuss. I am the Taotie. The Taotie that devours everything, got it? These attributes are nothing. After a few more evolutions, even the city lord will have to kneel and call me master. I patted my belly. I really can't eat anymore. I can only wait to digest first. Glancing at the status panel, I felt a bit helpless. My 4-dimensional attributes are truly unbalanced. My defense is almost comparable to a first-tier early-stage demonic beast, but my strength and speed are only comparable to ordinary animals. After the two of us had absorbed nearly half of the earth's spirit milk, Ling Qingxue picked me up and pulled me out. The entrance to the secret realm cannot be exposed. If it's all absorbed, it might affect the stability of the secret realm's entrance. I patted my little belly, feeling slightly displeased. Poop scooper, you're so stingy. Why don't you go down and catch a few fish for me to taste? My mental strength has now reached 150 points. Tier entry mental strength allows me to communicate with Ling Qingxue. Hearing the childish and rude voice in her mind, Ling Qingxue's expression darkened. You should call me contract master or master. What the hell is poop scooper? I wiggled my little paws. I am soulbound to you. I can't die. We have equal status. We are both masters. If you're more respectful to me now, I can promote you in the future. Ling Qingxue sneered, and a surge of mental strength emerged from her brow. Soul lock. Feeling the restriction on my mouth, I suddenly panicked. I'm doomed if I can't open my mouth. I can't grow without eating. Hurry up and unlock it for me. I was wrong, okay? I begged for mercy. Ling Qingxue curled her lips, a smile in her eyes. You're right. Our status is the same. There is no superior or inferior. You can call me by my name, but the name, Poop Scooper, is not allowed. I touched my mouth, smacking my lips twice. Fine. From now on, I'll call you Little Xue, and you call me Wu Liang, but you have to let me eat my fill. Just 20 meals a day is enough. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue's face darkened. 20 meals? Even selling him wouldn't bring enough money to buy that much food. No way. That's too many. I also need a large amount of resources for my own cultivation. I patted my butt and walked to Ling Qingxue's feet with my 4 little paws. Little Xue, you should be able to see my intelligence, as well as my extraordinary potential. I can tell you clearly, I can evolve my bloodline autonomously. No need for you to provide evolution potions. But high-level food is a necessity. Ling Qingxue's heart began to beat violently. Her expression was one of disbelief. Autonomous evolution isn't unheard of, but it is very rare, almost as rare as the divine dragon, or the divine phoenix. Beasts of extreme rarity. And now she's being told that the potential of this ugly little black dog in front of her could rival the divine dragon and divine phoenix. How is this possible? Hey, who are you calling ugly? This is what I call. This is called being unrestrained. This hybrid bloodline is a chaotic mess, which is why I'm indeed ugly right now. But as I keep evolving, I'll keep getting handsomer. Ling Qingxue remained silent, her eyes filled with deep thought. Roughly when can you undergo your second evolution? Just let me eat 15 first-order early-stage beasts, and it'll be enough, I replied. Ling Qingxue's gaze sharpened. Fine, I'll gather 15 first-order early-stage beasts for you as soon as possible. As long as you can continue to evolve autonomously, I will do my best to provide food for you. At this moment, she finally believed in heaven's arrangement. Reborn once, her fate had been successfully altered, and Wu Liang was the biggest variable in this life. Ling Qingxue let out a breath. The sharp light in her eyes gradually faded. Is it a change in fate, or have new gears begun to turn? It doesn't matter. What matters is that from beginning to end, she is still Ling Qingxue. Ding! Ling Qingxue's intimacy increased by 10. Current level 40. All devouring talent activation. 40%. Wahahaha. Hearing this system prompt, I was shaken to the core. I almost jumped up. The all-devouring talent activation has reached 40%. Now, the things I eat can have their conversion rate increased to 40%. Old Emperor, you finally believe me. Let's hurry up and max out our intimacy. Upon hearing this, cracks appeared on Ling Qingxue's face, which had just regained its calm. Old Emperor, don't call me that. Ling Qingxue was nearly dying of anger. It's only been 2 days since the contract, and he's already given her 3 nicknames. Poop Scooper, Little Shue, and now Old Emperor, this damn talking beast. I scratched the 2 sparse hairs on top of my head. My enthusiasm waned a bit. Angering the Poop Scooper doesn't lead to anything good. Alright, Little Shue, I'm hungry. Hurry up and catch all the fish. Ling Qingxue gritted her teeth, but in the end, she didn't fight with me. Increasing strength is the most important thing right now. Everything else is trivial. She jumped straight into the pond. Seeing this scene, I couldn't help but swallow. Although we aren't the same species, it doesn't stop me from enjoying my preferences. After all, the equipment is still there. I'm still a man. TSK. Only 18 and already has the potential of a great emperor. Imagine what she'll be like in the future. Oh, my Empress, don't block the view. An advantage is only an advantage if it's displayed. You're not treating me like family if you do this. I watched with great interest. Ling Qingxue's ears turned red. For a moment, she wanted to kill me, to see if heaven could let her be reborn once more, and give her another chance. She would absolutely not choose this little pervert Wu Liang. Ling Qingxue's intimacy decreased by 10. Current level 30. All devouring talent activation. 30%. I gave myself a hard slap. Damn it, I really have a big mouth. All that intimacy I worked so hard to build. I'll have to start over as a beast, relying on my cute face to win back Ling Qingxue's favor. After spending over an hour, Ling Qingxue finally caught all 11 dragon blood fish from the pond. Seeing this, I poked my head up and rushed over. Eat fish, get stronger. Today, I must break through to the first-order beast level. Ling Qingxue circulated her blood and chi to evaporate the water on her body. Then she reached out her slender hand and picked me up. I said I'd give you enough beast corpses, but not these. I must reach the late stage of the first-order martial artist as soon as possible. To secure more resources in the mock joint exam, I have to use these dragon bloodfish first. I wriggled my small body in protest. Protesting is useless. I understand this world better than you do. Only by getting into a top warrior university can I grow by relying on a larger platform. It's too difficult to be a lone wolf in this world. Warrior University is the best place to cultivate warriors, and it's also a hub for high-level resources. For this reason, even if Ling Qingxue is a reborn empress, she still must get into a top warrior university. I drooped my head, looking completely wilted. The empress has no love left. She doesn't even pity her little baby anymore. Ling Qingxue tossed me the last long-eared rabbit monster from her bag. We share a life bond. Don't think I'm being selfish. This is the choice that maximizes our benefit. In the future, you'll have a share of my resources. I swallowed the long-eared rabbit in one gulp. Devoured first-rank early-stage long-eared rabbit. Estimated digestion time, 15 minutes. I'm not an unreasonable beast. Overall, my poop scooper treats me quite well. Fine then, little Qingxue, but you have to give me the parts of the dragon blood fish you don't eat. You definitely won't like the head and tail. Don't let them go to waste. Ling Qingxue showed a smile for the first time in a long while. Flawless, like a snow lotus blooming in an icy pond. I was momentarily stunned. The Empress is truly stunning. I stuck out my tongue and licked her calf. Treasure this. This is my love for you. With a look of disgust, Ling Qingxue wiped the drool off her calf. She's already used to my shamelessness. She doesn't even bother scolding me anymore. Because it's useless. Ling Qingxue began to process the dragon blood fish. She started gathering dry wood to build a fire and grill the fish. I gulped down a few times the remains of the dragon blood fish that Ling Qingxue left behind. Ding! Devoured a large amount of first-rank early-stage dragon blood fish remains. Estimated digestion time, 30 minutes. Ding! First rank early stage long-eared rabbit digestion complete. Strength +7. Speed +10. Evolution points +7. After the activation, level of the omnivorous devouring talent increased. The attribute gains have indeed increased slightly. I couldn't help but feel a bit satisfied. What troubles me most is still the evolution points. This stuff is spent way too quickly. Moreover, I still haven't even reached the first rank beast stage. This is completely unreasonable. System. My four-dimensional attributes should be similar to a warrior's blood chi. Why am I still unranked? Even though my defense and spirit have reached the standard? Host. The four-dimensional attributes only represent your physical strength. They aren't 100% linked to your rank. You can think of them as influencing each other, but they are not the same thing. Does that mean that I can possess the strength to defeat a ranked beast without being ranked myself? Correct. Looking at it this way, Taotie is freaking awesome. Devoured a large amount of first-rank early-stage dragon blood fish remains. Strength +14. Defense +20. Evolution points +18. Half an hour passed. I finished digesting the dragon blood fish remains, and gained another wave of attributes. My defense has already reached 200. This is almost the blood chi value of a first-rank mid-stage warrior. Even my evolution points have reached 30. I'm only 70 evolution points away from evolving into the next form, Gluttonous beast. I'll save the evolution points for now, and focus on improving my bloodline first. The Empress still doesn't quite trust me. I need to make her spend more on me. Right now, Ling Qingxue, sitting beside me, is fully refining the magma-like blood chi in her body. She's like a scorching furnace. Beads of sweat form on her forehead. Her cheeks are flushed red. After 2 or 3 hours, Ling Qingxue had completely refined the dragon blood fish's blood chi. She opened her beautiful eyes. A sharp glint reflected in her pupils. Her blood chi surged to 300. Only 50 more points to reach first rank late stage. I propped up my chin with one paw, with a dazed, goofy look on my face. Admiring the Empress's beauty is a great way to pass the time. Little Qingxue, time to find some monsters for me to eat. If I eat about 10 more first-rank monsters, I'll be able to evolve. Then I'll be way more handsome than you. Ling Qingxue sighed, feeling a sense of desolation in her heart. The Reborn Empress. I'm raising a silly dog in the countryside. If it weren't for her good temperament, she would have killed Wu Liang 800 times over in a rage. She slowly stood up, using her spiritual power at the bottom of the pond to set up a concealment spiritual array. With the energy supply from the pool, this stealth spirit array can last at least about a month. Within a month, she will definitely be able to enter this unexplored secret realm to explore. Let's go. If you can't evolve on your own, you'll have to earn your own food from now on. I trotted along with small steps, with a proud look on my face. What a joke! I'm a man with a system. Little Qingxue, carry me. Can I step on your head? Don't worry, I won't pee. I followed closely behind her. My 4 short legs really couldn't keep up. You can't even make it to a hot meal on time. Ling Qingxue casually tossed out a sentence. I pouted, completely annoyed. How rude of you. I've only been born for 2 days. Damn it. Sooner or later, I'll pee on the Empress's head. I trotted to catch up, but my attention was caught by the bushes, where 2 people emerged. Wild warriors. Old bye. I happen to be hungry. There's a silly dog here. Let's roast some dog meat. The man with the beard wiped his drool. Hearing his words, Baya also looked at me, a slight smirk appearing on his lips. Eru, you go catch it. I'll start the fire. I really am hungry after searching all this way. Just as he finished speaking, a yellow rock tiger emerged from behind him, its aura around the mid to late first stage. Seeing this, I immediately bolted, screaming for Ling Qingxue in my heart. Little Qingxue, help me! I'm about to be eaten! Come and save me quickly! The yellow rock tiger pounced straight at me. Ding! A silver alloy dagger flew from afar, forcing the yellow rock tiger back. Ling Qingxue looked coldly at the 2 men in front of her, Lieru and Baya, looking for death? Hearing this voice as cold as 10,000 years of ice, the two of them felt an itch of desire. The girl we were chasing was already pretty enough. Didn't expect there to be an even prettier one here. Lieru's eyes were practically glued to Ling Qingxue's face. Baya also had the look of a creep, gulping down his saliva. Little girl, come play with us for a bit. Not only will we not kill your beast, but we can also let you join our wolf Fang squad. Our captain is a peak tier 2 warrior, only one step away from the 3rd stage. Ling Qingxue's expression grew even colder. She hated it most when people spoke to her in that tone, and those unrestrained gazes. You have already chosen your path to death. Get far away. After saying this softly, she charged forward with the alloy short blade. I hid behind a large tree, with a look of amusement on my face. The Empress is still so cool. You've really nailed the hero saves the beauty trope. Seeing Ling Qingxue dare to attack them directly, Lieru and Baya were slightly stunned. Then a look of mockery appeared. I'll go first. Don't steal it from me, Baya said, licking his lips. Lieru's eyes widened. Damn it, why can't I go first? I was the one who saw that silly dog first. Together, you in front, me behind. We'll attack from both sides. Hee, you dog-like bastard actually know how to play. No wonder I like traveling with you. Two brothers with similar tastes, saying their last words before death. Ling Qingxue had lived 2 lives. Her combat skills were far too advanced, though outnumbered. With her former status as an emperor-level spirit master, setting up a few spirit arrays was easy. With just a few hand seals, in an instant 2 Meyer spirit arrays appeared under their feet. Baya's eyes shifted. His heart filled with astonishment. You're not just a warrior, but a spirit master as well. Why doesn't it take you any time to set up spirit arrays? Excitement appeared in Baya's eyes. Little girl, we can let you leave peacefully, but you must hand over your spirit master techniques to us. Hearing this, Lieru immediately became displeased. No way. I've set my sights on her. I want the technique, and I want her too. An adult's choice. I want it all. Ling Qingxue's gaze shifted to Lieru. Suddenly, a compressed beam erupted, of extreme, scorching blood-chi energy. Blazing sun finger. In the blink of an eye, the blazing sun finger shot right before Lieru's eyes, and struck him right between the brows. Boom! A blood-red flower bloomed. Lieru perished. His destiny divine beast perished with him. With just one strike, Ling Qingxue killed a warrior slightly higher in rank than herself. Baya's eyes widened. His eyes were filled with disbelief. One strike. Just one strike. How could she be so powerful? Baya began to feel afraid. Run! With that thought, Baya immediately activated all his blood chi, smashing the swamp spirit array, trapping his natal beast, the Crimson Monkey. If his natal beast dies, he dies too. To escape, they had to flee together. Having fled barely 100 meters, Ling Qingxue became a blur, closing in on him. Our captain is a peak tier 2 warrior. If you kill me, you won't escape either. Besides, our captain is nearby. Let me go, and we can all be at peace. How about it? At a time like this, he could only use the Wolf Fang squad captain to intimidate Ling Qingxue. Watching the chase between the two, I clicked my tongue. The Empress's strength is really impressive. With this fighter around, I don't have to fear anything in the early stages. However, I wanted to avoid the Wolf Fang squad, but now it seems we can't. Within a few breaths, Ling Qingxue had already caught up to Baya. The alloy dagger in her hand was like a white rainbow, shooting out and hitting his back. A large amount of blood immediately sprayed out. Baya crashed into a large tree. His face instantly turned pale. Don't kill me. There are many people in our squad. No fewer than 10 tier 2 warriors. Our Wolf Fang squad, and all of Linjiang City, is ranked in the top 10. Ling Qingxue didn't say a word. Another blazing sun finger erupted from her fingertip. Baya tried his best to twist his body to dodge, but it still pierced through his shoulder. Crimson blood flowed all over the ground. Seeing this bloody scene, Ling Qingxue's expression didn't change in the slightest, compared to the people she had killed before. This was a mere drop in the bucket. Seeing that Ling Qingxue wouldn't let him go, bloodshot veins appeared in Baya's eyes, and then he detonated the blood chi energy within his body. Boom! A loud explosion rang out, but it didn't harm Ling Qingxue in the slightest. Low blood chi is really a nuisance. She can kill, but that doesn't mean she can stop Baya from self-detonating. Her level is still too low. Now that we're exposed, the Wolf Fang squad will be drawn here soon. She must take me and leave as quickly as possible. But before leaving, she still took the Crimson Monkey's corpse, and the Yellow Rock Tiger's corpse, and fed them to me. Ding! Consumed Stage 1 Late Phase Crimson Monkey. Estimated 45 45 minutes to complete digestion. Consumed stage 1 mid-phase yellow rock tiger. Estimated 30 minutes to complete digestion. I smacked my lips. My belly is full again. A late-phase beast. It must be worth at least a dozen evolution points. This way, my evolution points will exceed 50 in 45 minutes. I stood on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, watching the scenery rush past. Little Qingxue, can you kill a tier 2 warrior now? Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. It's hard to win against the higher stage. Many of my techniques cannot be used currently. With my current strength, I can at most kill a peak first stage warrior. The martial techniques she possesses, and her combat instincts are very strong, but the shortcomings in her blood chi and mental strength are too severe. I can't provide her with any help at all. If only I could provide some assistance, she would dare to fight a tier 2 warrior. Little Qingxue, aren't you a reborn empress? Why so little capability? Shouldn't you be able to easily crush even a tier 3? I curled my lip. Ling Qingxue grit her teeth. Today is the 4th day since my rebirth. Have you given me time to grow? Being angered by this silly dog every day. My chest is practically swollen from rage. 4 days. Just the time it takes for an ordinary martial artist to increase a few points of blood chi. I immediately spent 7 evolution points to Supernatural Smell. Upgrade to LV3. Supernatural Smell LV.3. Possessing an incredibly extraordinary sense of smell. Able to perceive items within 400 meters through smell. No choice. Escaping is the top priority. Little Qingxue, there's a small cave 200 meters to the front right. I smell or inside. Let's go in and take a look. Besides, your blood chi consumption is quite high and needs recovery. I sat on her shoulder, giving orders. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue frowned slightly. You can sense things even 200 meters away? I smiled smugly. Don't fall for me. This is just basic for me. Once I grow up, I'll be the one carrying you to the top. Ling Qingxue automatically tuned out my nonsense. However, Wu Liang's super perception truly surprised her. Her current perception range wasn't even 200 meters. A silly dog like me, hatched only 2 days ago, was actually stronger than her. We eventually entered the cave. Ling Qingxue needed to recover her blood chi. Meanwhile I started digging through the rocks on the ground. The system said, I can even devour ores. After digging a few times, I dug out a dark red ore about half the size of a fist. Impure red sun iron ore, a low-grade yellow rank refining material. Not very valuable, Ling Qingxue remarked. I don't care about the value. If I find it, it goes in my mouth. Seeing this, Ling Qingxue's pupils shrank to pinpoints. He can eat ores too? And it's iron ore. Ding! Devoured low-grade yellow rank red sun iron ore. Estimated 20 minutes to complete digestion. I ignored everything else, and continued searching for red sun iron ore in the cave, devouring whatever I found. Ling Qingxue was focusing entirely on recovering her blood chi. Outside the cave, Lin Lang, captain of the Wolf Fang squad, led his men, following the bloodthirsty wolf to this place. Everyone, get in! Search every single tunnel carefully. We must catch that girl, and capture her alive. Of the remaining 20-odd members of the Wolf Fang squad, 2 were left to guard the entrance, while the rest entered with their demonic beasts. Inside the cave, I was still devouring red sun iron ore. Multiple system notifications sounded in my mind. Rank 1 mid-stage yellow rock tiger digestion complete. Strength plus 12. Defense plus 18. Speed plus 8. Evolution points plus 10. Ding! Rank 1 late stage red monkey digestion complete. Strength plus 14. Speed plus 21. Evolution points plus 15. 100 gene of low-grade yellow rank red sun iron ore digestion complete. Strength plus 30. Defense plus 20. Red sun pattern plus 1. Red sun pattern. A special pattern formed from red sun energy, imprinted on the skin. Once activated, it slightly increases strength and adds the burning power of the red sun. Ding! Congratulations to the host for breaking through to rank 1 initial stage. I was filled with excitement. I've finally broken through to rank 1 initial stage. Moreover, the appearance of the red sun pattern gave me a small theory. Perhaps if I devour ores of other attributes, I can also obtain these special patterns. Ling Qingxue, having just recovered her blood chi, looked up at me. There was a hint of surprise in her eyes. He broke through? He became a rank 1 initial stage beast just 2 days after hatching. Can he really devour anything, and use the devoured energy to improve himself? That's simply too terrifying. Ding! Ling Qingxue's intimacy increased by 20. Current 50. All devouring talent activated to 50. I smoothed out a few stray hairs on my head, with a smile on my face. Little Emperor, you've finally been shocked by my charisma once again. Breaking through to rank 1 initial stage in 2 days. Who else? I trotted toward Ling Qingxue with tiny steps. Little Qingxue, hurry and take me deeper into the cave to eat more red sun iron ore. The more I eat, the stronger I get. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue picked me up and placed me on her shoulder, but I leaped up and landed right on her head. Ling Qingxue's brow furrowed deeply. Stop jumping around on me, or you can walk by yourself. He's already broken through to rank 1 initial stage, yet he still wants her to carry him. Don't be mad. I'm just trying to see where's more comfortable. Give me a bath once we get back, okay? I haven't had a bath since I was born. Ling Qingxue's face darkened. She simply shut her mouth and walked into the mine. Do you possess the bloodline of the ancient ferocious beast Taotie? Ling Qingxue asked softly. I flashed a smug smile. As expected of the reborn emperor. Guessed it so quickly. I am indeed the divine beast with the Taotie bloodline. I'll carry you to the top later. Even after getting my confirmation, Ling Qingxue still felt it was surreal. The Taotie bloodline vanished in ancient times. It hasn't appeared for tens of thousands of years. So is this life destined to reach higher than my previous one? The Empress, who experienced regret 3 times, felt fortunate about her choice for the first time. Little Xue, I smell blood. It seems to be from one person. You have to be careful. Ling Qingxue turned her head to look at me. Can you deduce the other person's identity? I rubbed my chin. The blood is from 3 hours ago. It smells fresh. Their age should be similar to yours. There's a powdery scent unique to children in the air, and a milky fragrance. Oh, sorry. The milky scent is yours. What body wash do you usually use? It smells so good. Can I use some when we get home? Ling Qingxue clenched her fists. Her chest heaved. I watched, drooling. My eyes widened. Ling Qingxue's ears turned pink. Her body temperature rose slightly. Out of anger, she pulled at her collar, covering the accidental glimpse of her cleavage. Stop staring. Otherwise, walk down there yourself. Ling Qingxue gritted her teeth. I curled my lip, feeling a bit disappointed. So stingy? What's wrong with a few glances? Based on the information you gave, there's a high possibility it's Zhao Xian. Coincidentally, the Wolf Fang squad is also nearby. Zhao Xian might be injured, and then hid in this mine. So, should we save her? I asked. Ling Qingxue raised an eyebrow slightly. We can't save her. The Wolf Fang squad's strength has exceeded my limit. Helping her will only hold us back. She's a living soul, after all. It'd be a waste to just play with her and then kill her. You want to save her? Ling Qingxue asked indifferently. I want her to give me more spiritual medicine, so I can evolve again quickly. She's the city lord's daughter. Saving her will definitely yield many good things. Ling Qingxue remained silent for a while. Our success rate is less than 20%, and it largely depends on how fast the government troops arrive. Little Xue, we need to use our heads. How are you even stupider than me? I complained. Ling Qingxue, a spark of wisdom flashed in my eyes. We are currently in a mine. Even a peak tier 2 martial artist, if they encounter a cave-in, they'd likely be dead or severely injured. Ling Qingxue's eyes brightened slightly. She instinctively looked at the stone ceiling. But how do we get out? I can at most guarantee we won't be crushed. Ling Qingxue asked. I tilted my chin up, posing like a savior. Of course. The final cleanup is my job. Even if the cave collapses, I can eat a path out for you. It'll be very fast. I am now a first stage early phase demon beast. My defense is nearly 300. Level 4. Taotie's stomach. The space is 40 cubic meters. Eating a path is nothing. Ling Qingxue pondered my method. Although there are risks, the chance of saving Zhao Xian is about 70%. Let's try your plan first then. First, we find Zhao Xian and set up a trap. You got it. I'll lead the way. Go down the left tunnel. The scent of blood is over there, I directed. Following my guidance, Ling Qingxue found Zhao Xian cowering at a corner of the mine. Come out. I know you're there. Are you Ling Qingxue? Zhao Xian asked softly. You know me? Zhao Xian felt a bit shy. I've heard your name from classmates. The Ling Qingxue before me is completely different from what her classmates said. She is a mid-stage first rank, a genius about to break through to the late first rank. Student Ling, are you here to save me? Zhao Xian asked tentatively. Ling Qingxue nodded indifferently. I suppose so, but I can't fully guarantee that I can save you from the Wolf Fang squad. From now on, follow my orders. No problem. As long as Student Ling can save me, my father will definitely reward you handsomely once we leave the Qingyuan forest. That's for later. We'll talk about it after we get out. Follow me first. Ling Qingxue led Zhao Xian to an intact stone wall. You are also a spirit master. I'll teach you a method to set up a spirit array. Construct the spirit array according to my method. Hearing this, Zhao Xian looked surprised. Teaching her to set up a spirit array? Ling Qingxue frowned slightly. Don't you understand? Zhao Xian immediately snapped back to reality. Sorry, I understand now. Ling Qingxue transmitted the method of a spirit array, called the stone fixing spirit array. into Zhao Xian's mind. Set up the spirit array in the 4 directions around our current position. Use as much mental strength as you have. Ensure that even if the mind collapses, it won't crush us. Zhao Xian gasped. Her eyes widened. You want to collapse the mine, and then crush the Wolf Fang squad? Then how do we get out? You don't need to worry about that. I have my own way. If you trust me, just do as I say. After saying that, Ling Qingxue went ahead to set up other spirit arrays, while I stayed in a small corner, munching on ores. Zhao Xian nervously gripped the hem of her skirt. The sound of footsteps grew clearer in her ears. A wolf's howl echoed through the entire mine. Zhao Xian's face grew even paler. Who would have thought there'd be an unexpected surprise? Lin Lang and his group marched in like a dark cloud. Powerful flashlights shone directly on Ling Qingxue and her companion. Little girl, hand over the Spirit Master technique. Otherwise, the brothers behind me haven't touched a woman in days. Zhao Xian gritted her teeth. Her eyes were filled with killing intent. Don't even think about it. I am the daughter of the city lord. If your Wolf Fang squad dares to touch me, my father will tear you all to pieces. Lin Lang sneered. I'm the city lord too. Why don't you call me Daddy instead? Zhao Xian trembled with rage. Lin Lang activated the blood chi power in his body, slowly walking toward the two. Be my woman, and hand over the techniques and skills given to you by Linjiang High School. Once I break through to a 3rd-rank martial artist, you'll live in luxury here in Linjiang City, sharing wealth and glory with me. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Standing on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, my eyes gleamed with malice. Little Xue, hurry up and kill him for me. You are mine. How dare he try to steal my woman? Ling Qingxue's brow twitched, wishing she could sew my mouth shut. Ling Qingxue's cold gaze swept over the Wolf Fang squad. I have the technique. I have the martial skills too, but there are so many of you. Who should I give them to? Lin Lang smiled. Me, of course. I am the captain of the Wolf Fang squad. As long as you give everything to me, I can ensure you live in luxury for the rest of your life. Ling Qingxue curled her lips. She condensed her mental strength in her palm. The mental strength slowly materialized, like a silver pearl. This is the Spirit Master technique you've been longing for, but there is only one chance to learn it. Once merged, no one else can learn this technique. Discuss among yourselves how to distribute it. I almost forgot. This Spirit Master technique is a high-grade mystic rank, which I obtained by chance. After speaking, she tossed the silver pearl out. In an instant, not only Lin Lang, but the 20-plus members behind him also rushed forward with bloodshot eyes. Lin Lang turned into a streak of blood-red light, quickly grabbing the pearl in his hand. Then he unleashed his blood chi power, blasting everyone away. You want to die, don't you? How dare you fight the captain for treasure? Do you wastes even deserve such a treasure? The squad members were snapped back to reality by that roar, but resentment toward Lin Lang grew in their hearts. Captain, you took the technique. So what do we get? Do you even consider us brothers? He questioned angrily. Lin Lang curled his lip, a hint of disdain in his eyes. You bunch of trash. If I didn't need you to risk your lives for me, do you really think I'd care to feed you parasites? Since you're tired of living, then just go die. Terrifying blood chi power surged from his body. That towering bloodthirsty wolf became a streak of blood-red shadow, lunging into the crowd to tear and bite. Ling Qingxue pulled Zhao Xian back to where the rock-stabilizing spirit array was set. I perched on her shoulder. Scan those fools with contempt. The Emperor is truly a worthy reincarnator. This wisdom isn't something an 18-year-old girl should have. Using a fake technique to trigger human greed, causing the Wolf Fang squad to fight among themselves effortlessly. Such strategy is not to be underestimated. Zhao Xian's eyes were filled with admiration for Ling Qingxue. Student Ling, one of them will eventually emerge victorious. Do we need to ambush them? Ling Qingxue shook her head calmly. With our current strength, an ambush is useless. It would only interrupt their infighting. No matter who the final winner is, their strength will be significantly diminished. That will be the time for us to strike. The battle lasted nearly an hour. The scent of blood filled the entire mine cave. Lin Lang crushed the head of the last Tier 2 warrior. His chest heaved violently. His body was covered in wounds. Me feeding you was a blessing. Ungrateful trash. Lin Lang kicked away the corpse on the ground, leaning against the stone wall with a one-legged bloodthirsty wolf. Damn it. Luckily, my technique is the blood-sucking art. My physical recovery is powerful. Otherwise, the injuries would be worse. He took that silver bead out of his storage ring. His eyes were full of excitement. He glanced at Ling Qingxue and her companion watching from afar. A smile appeared on his lips. Little girl, you are very clever. Deliberately mentioning the rank of the technique, forcing me to kill everyone. I, Lin Lang, like clever women. Ling Qingxue smiled faintly. Then did you guess that even the technique was a lie? Hearing this, Lin Lang's pupils contracted sharply. The boiling blood in his body chilled for a moment. Impossible. Although my mental strength is low, I've at least reached the mid-stage of the first rank. There must be traces of a technique within this silver bead. The moment Lin Lang's mental strength touched the bead instantly dissolved into spiritual energy and activated the mud-sinking spirit array Ling Qingxue had set. The ground beneath his feet instantly turned into soft mud, sucking half of his leg in. Lin Lang's eyes turned blood red. The remaining blood in his body erupted frantically. Bitch, you damn bitch. You dared deceive me. Ling Qingxue didn't hesitate for a second, immediately triggering the other spirit arrays she had set. The mountain above began to shake. Cracks began to spread across the stone walls, followed by a thunderous explosion. Lin Lang trembled all over. His face was filled with terror. Don't. No. I don't want to die. Boom boom boom. Rocks and soil crashed down, until half of the mine cave was buried. The rear section where Ling Qingxue and Zhao Xian were only felt a strong tremor. The rock stabilizing array and the naturally stronger walls withstood the attack of the spirit array. The buried Lin Lang in front could no longer make a sound. Cough cough cough. Zhao Xian kept coughing, her face covered in dust. Student Ling, the Wolf Fang squad should all be dead. But our current position from the exit, even digging in a straight line would be 100 meters, and without tools, it'll be even harder. Ling Qingxue grabbed me from her shoulder and threw me. I rolled twice on the ground before stopping. I rubbed my butt, my face full of resentment. Little Xue, I'm your man, after all. Can't you be a bit gentler with your man? Digestion speed and storage space improved further. My speed began to increase. Zhao Xian was speechless, shocked by the speed I devoured the stones. Is its stomach a bottomless pit? Zhao Xian muttered to herself, seeing Ling Qingxue start cultivating as if no one were around. She smiled helplessly and finally followed suit to recover her injuries. I worked frantically. These stones were digested in less than 2 breaths after I ate them. I kept eating for over an hour. What made me happiest was digging up the corpse of that bloodthirsty wolf. I ate it bit by bit, not a single bit wasted. Consuming a peak tier 2 bloodthirsty wolf. Estimated digestion time, several days. I looked shocked. Host's rank increase, bloodline evolution, or upgrading the Taotie stomach skill. All can increase the digestion speed. Additionally, the greater the rank gap with the host, the slower the digestion speed. Good food is worth the wait. I can afford to wait. I continued digging for a while. I dug up Lin Lang's corpse, but the storage ring on his finger was still intact. I took it off. I carried it in my mouth and placed it at Ling Qingxue's feet. Little Xue, I'm giving you a token of love. Once you take it, you have to marry me. Ling Qingxue ignored my big mouth. She picked up the storage ring and wiped it. Then she put it on her finger. Xue, quickly see if there's anything I can eat. I still need to grow, I urged. Ling Qingxue sent her spiritual sense into the storage ring. Lin Lang's storage space contained all sorts of miscellaneous items. With these resources, Ling Qingxue can definitely break through to late tier 1 before the mock exam. So poor. Ling Qingxue complained softly. Then she fed all those monster corpses to me. Ding! Consuming a mid-tier 1 wind-chasing leopard. Estimated digestion time, 24 minutes. Ding! Consuming a peak tier 1 black pattern python. Estimated digestion time, 50 minutes. Ding! Consuming an early tier 2 explosive flame rat. Estimated digestion time, 3 hours. I let out a burp. A look of satisfaction appeared on my face. Little Xue, I smell the scent of spirit herbs mixed with the monster corpses. There must be spirit herbs in the storage ring. Hurry! Give them all to me to eat. Ling Qingxue pulled back, gritting her teeth. What a dog's nose. You can even smell that. No, I need the spirit herbs for cultivation. Devouring those monster corpses is enough for you. I immediately became dissatisfied. My bloodline level is about to evolve again. Hurry and give the spirit herbs to me. Ling Qingxue's face darkened. She took out a mid-grade yellow rank ice crystal flower and threw it to me. There's only one. There are no more. I huffed. I swallowed the ice crystal flower. Do you think I can't smell if there's more? This emperor is still too stingy. Consuming a mid-grade yellow rank ice crystal flower. Strength +6, defense +6, spirit +5, evolution points +8. To dig through the mine and digest the beast's corpses quickly. I spent 30 evolution points to upgrade again. Taotie's stomach. Skill. Taotie's stomach LV.6, fixed passive skill, possesses the digestion ability of the Taotie. Stomach can store 60 cubic meters of food, and can digest and nourish the body. Digestion speed increased by 50%. This time I've really gone down one path. Severe specialization. I sighed helplessly. Leave the fighting to this emperor. I'll just be responsible for eating. Only 6 evolution points left. But after digesting all these beast corpses, starting the second bloodline evolution is inevitable. I started stuffing myself again. Ding! Consuming a mid-tier 2 copper-armored turtle. Estimated digestion time, 7 hours. Consuming an early tier 2 earth rock pig. Estimated digestion time, 3 hours. Outside the mine, Garrison Commander Zhang Jingyuan rode a giant eagle and captured the 2 Wolf Fang squad members alive. He stared at the 2 with cold eyes, said, "Why did this mine collapse? Also, have you seen my lady?" The 2 of them trembled and stammered, unable to explain anything. Zhang Jingyuan's expression turned cold. He directly crushed one of their throats. "You have only 3 breaths of time. I don't know why the mine collapsed either. Our Wolf Fang squad was just hunting someone," the man explained with a trembling voice. Zhang Jingyuan took out a photo of Zhao Xian. "Is this the person you were hunting?" Seeing the woman in the photo, the man's pupils suddenly contracted. He knew he was finished. Seeing this, Zhang Jingyuan didn't need his answer anymore. With eyes full of killing intent, he crushed his neck. Zhang Jingyuan's face was grim. He couldn't help but clench his fists. His gaze swept across the crowd. "Quickly gather everyone. Clear this mine tunnel for me. The young lady must be safe. The young lady is only at the first order late stage. Never mind the mine collapse. Even if she were hit by a stone weighing hundreds of pounds, she would likely not survive." This, Zhang Jingyuan slapped him away with a single palm. "Everyone, start digging. Within 3 hours, I want to see a path leading to the depths of the mine." Ding! First order mid-stage wind-chasing leopard digestion complete. Strength plus 13. Defense plus 8. Speed plus 18. Evolution points plus 12. Ding! First order peak black pattern python digestion complete. First order breakthrough. Strength plus 16. First order breakthrough. Defense plus 18. First order breakthrough. Evolution points plus 20. Evolution points plus 20. Ding! Congratulations to the host for breaking through to the first order mid-stage. Hearing the system prompt, my mood improved even further. After digesting all the first order monster corpses, my attributes surged. Evolution points have already exceeded 100, and my level has broken through. 3 blessings at once. My current combat power has fully reached the first order mid-stage. My defense is even at a first order late-stage level. With 126 evolution points, I can already start evolving my bloodline rank. But I'll wait until the mine is cleared. This is just the appetizer. Once I finish digesting the second-order monster corpses in my belly, my attributes will explode again. Old Emperor, your man is about to take off. Sensing the vibrations from the ground, I suddenly stopped. The sound of digging came from outside the mine. I know, the manor guards have arrived. Perfect. I'm tired of eating this nutritionless stuff. I'll let you guys do the digging. I'll take a break. I walked back to Ling Qingxue with my head held high, and jumped onto her shoulder. Ling Qingxue's lip twitched. She was completely speechless with me. Just then, from the contract within her body, a surge of pure blood energy flowed back. This means I've broken through again. 3 days since hatching, and I've become a first-order mid-stage monster. Looking at me lounging lazily on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, Zhao Xian covered her mouth and chuckled. Student Ling's natal beast is truly interesting. But is it tired? Why did it stop digging? He says your manor guards have already started digging outside. He says they'll clear it in 2 hours at most. 2 hours at most to clear it, Ling Qingxue said calmly. Hearing this, Zhao Xian looked pleasantly surprised. Student Ling, thank you so much for saving my life. Do you have any requests? I will do my best to repay you. I suddenly snapped my eyes open, my 2 little paws shaking Ling Qingxue's collar. Little Xue, hurry, give me spiritual herbs. I want lots of spiritual herbs. Ling Qingxue impatiently pressed down on my head. Then she looked up at Zhao Xian. I want to enter the low-level secret realm of your city lord's manor. Also, I want some spiritual herbs for cultivation. Zhao Xian thought for a moment. The manor's secret realm is usually only for the city guards. I can discuss it with my father. It shouldn't be a big problem. As for the spiritual herbs, that's easy. Our city lord's manor has plenty. Can I give them to Student Ling in about 3 days? Ling Qingxue nodded slightly. That works. Boom! 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 A harsh grinding sound came from the front. From outside the mine filled with rubble. Young lady, are you in there? Hearing the shouts, Zhao Xian smiled. Commander Zhang, I'm in the mine. Hurry and have them clear the mine. As the last large stone was moved, Zhao Xian and Ling Qingxue emerged from the mine. Miss, you're injured. Zhang Jingyuan immediately took out a healing potion for Zhao Xian. After drinking the potion, Zhao Xian's complexion gradually returned to a healthy glow. Zhang Jingyuan looked at Ling Qingxue. Why is this student with my young lady? Zhao Xian immediately explained. Commander Zhang, student Ling is my classmate. If she hadn't saved me this time, I probably wouldn't have escaped the Wolf Fang squad's pursuit. Zhang Jingyuan looked at Ling Qingxue gratefully. Thank you, Miss Ling, for saving my young lady. The city lord's mansion will surely reward you generously. Ling Qingxue's expression remained indifferent. Since your guards have already arrived, I still need to train. I'll be going now. After saying that, she led me deeper into the Qingyuan forest. Zhang Jingyuan had a strange look on his face. Miss, your classmate Ling seems to possess a calmness unlike ordinary people. Zhao Xian gave a bitter smile. If I told you she effortlessly wiped out over 20 members of the Wolf Fang squad, would you believe it, Commander Zhang? Hearing this, Zhang Jingyuan's eyes instantly widened. You must be joking, miss. The Wolf Fang squad leader, Lin Lang, is a peak Tier 2 martial artist, with nearly 10 Tier 2 martial artists under him. She is only a mid-first stage martial artist. How could she possibly do that? But she did it, and it was as simple as eating or drinking. She didn't even have a single scratch. Zhang Jingyuan linked the mind collapse to Ling Qingxue, a truly wise person. Walking along the forest path, Ling Qingxue kept scanning her surroundings, searching for a relatively safe place. I had already told her that I was about to evolve my bloodline level. Finding a flat area by a stream, Ling Qingxue sat down. This place should be safe enough. How long will your evolution take? I thought about it. Probably about 10 minutes. Alright, go ahead and start evolving. I'll keep watch for you. I beamed with a smile. Hee. Little Xue. Witness this grandpa's second bloodline evolution. System. Start bloodline evolution. Ding. Deducting 100 evolution points. Bloodline evolution initiated. A momentary sense of grogginess washed over me. My body began to be enveloped by a dense bloodline aura. Once she confirmed I was evolving stably, Ling Qingxue immediately took out the remaining 3 spirit herbs from her storage ring and popped them into her mouth. She felt inexplicably guilty while eating these herbs. To think that as a former empress, eating a few herbs actually required her to be so sneaky. Ding. Evolution complete. System panel generating. Bloodline level evolved to low level 5-star. The next evolution actually requires 1000 evolution points. That's fucking a lot. I sniffed the air and immediately looked furious. Little Xue, you actually stole spirit herbs while I was evolving. Grandpa is angry. Ling Qingxue curled her lips, with a hint of a smile on her face. Only what the eyes see is true. Did you see me stealing the spirit herbs, Grandpa? I was suddenly speechless. Oh damn, the old Empress is unfair. I kicked my 2 hind legs, wanting to jump onto Ling Qingxue's shoulder like before, but Ling Qingxue dodged me. I immediately felt wronged. No love left. Little Xue, you're not close to Grandpa anymore. How could you bear to reject someone as cute as me? Ling Qingxue frowned deeply. Your body is so big now. You weigh at least 100 caddies. Do you want me to carry you the whole way? I was slightly stunned. Then I looked at my own size. Oh wow, I've gotten bigger again. Don't worry, I have plenty of ways. I directly gave size manipulation skill points up to level 4, spending a total of 17 evolution points. Size manipulation LV.4. Host can consume energy to freely enlarge or shrink the body. Current range 8 times. I shrank to the size of a kitten and once again jumped onto Ling Qingxue's fragrant shoulder, and this time she didn't dodge. Ling Qingxue turned her head and looked at me helplessly. Why do you like perching on my shoulder so much? Can't you just walk on your own? I lifted my chin. Grandpa likes being on top. Being high up gives me the initiative, and the view is great. Real men only like being on top. Looking at the clear, unpolluted river ahead, my eyes lit up. Little Xue, let's go take a bath. You scrub my back. I'll scrub your back too. I can help with other things as well. Get lost. In the end, we did take a bath. Ling Qingxue held me down and scrubbed me in the river. Then she set up a spiritual array to block my vision. Only then did she feel safe enough to go in and wash. There's absolutely no trust between humans and beasts. I'm just a demonic beast right now. What's the harm in taking a few peeks? It's not like I can do anything to you. I'll become a divine master. Sooner or later, I'll break through your spiritual array tricks. I rested in place for nearly a day. This was my strong request. It's not that I'm lazy. Instead, the large number of beast corpses in my body needed a day to digest. After absorbing this wave of attribute points, my strength will be even greater. Ding! Tier 2 Early Stage Earth Rock Pig Digestion Complete. Strength plus 24. Defense plus 20. Speed plus 10. Evolution points plus 25. Tier 2 Mid-Stage Copper Armored Turtle Digestion Complete. Strength plus 28. Defense plus 36. Evolution points plus 32. Ding! Tier 2 Peak Stage Bloodthirsty Wolf Digestion Complete. Strength plus 40. Defense plus 20. Speed plus 50. Evolution points plus 42. Ding! Congratulations to the host for breaking through to Tier 1 Late Stage. Ding! Congratulations to the host for breaking through to Tier 1 Peak Stage. 2 consecutive system notifications. I was overjoyed. My attributes can definitely be compared to Tier 2 Early Stage now. I shouldn't be lacking at all in a fight. Now, since the next evolution is still far off, let me upgrade my skills first. I rubbed my hands together, an excited smile on my face, spending over 200 evolution points at once. This could be called my most extravagant purchase, but the improvement it brought was undoubtedly huge. 2 consecutive clumps of pure blood chi energy fed back into Ling Qingxue's body, combined with the absorbed spiritual medicine. Her level also broke through to Tier 1 Late Stage. Ling Qingxue's eyes trembled slightly. She was deeply shaken. Another breakthrough, and 2 levels at once. Is this the terrifying talent of an ancient fierce beast? Ling Qingxue looked at me warily. Now my strength has already surpassed hers. Only my spiritual power is a step behind her, and spiritual power is her final advantage. If even her spiritual power is surpassed, she will have no way to counter me. No, I must fully cultivate the myriad manifestation star god art, focusing primarily on increasing spiritual power. The spiritual power of demonic beasts generally increases slowly. As long as I can maintain the lead in spiritual power, I can counter my master, Little Xue. Let's keep going. Help me find spiritual medicines and beasts that can increase spiritual power. My spiritual power is severely unbalanced, I urged. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue's heart beat a bit faster. You don't increase your spiritual power. Spiritual power is useless for you. You don't know any spiritual secret techniques anyway. Your spiritual power only needs to be enough to withstand spiritual attacks. I scratched my head with my little paw. Seems to make some sense, but I'm way too unbalanced. My defense and attack have roughly both entered the Tier 2 level, but my spiritual power is only at Tier 1 mid-stage. Ling Qingxue's mouth twitched. Being unbalanced is good. If he's unbalanced, she still has a chance. It's fine. Demonic beasts are strong in their physical bodies. The stronger your physical attributes, the stronger you are. Spiritual power isn't important for you. I have more experience than you in this regard. Alright then, I'll eat more spiritual medicine from now on. Spiritual medicine helps my spiritual power a lot. Ling Qingxue silently noted this in her heart. From now on, don't even dream of eating a single spiritual medicine that boosts spiritual power. I laid bored on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, scanning the surroundings. Little Xue, where are we going now? There are 3 days left until your school's mock joint exam. We'll return 1 day early. That leaves about 2 days to use. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue looked hesitant. I want to go get that star stone, but with our current strength, it's a bit difficult. Starstone? Is it tasty? I asked curiously. A few black lines appeared on Ling Qingxue's forehead. The Starstone is an Earth-grade treasure. It can help me cultivate my technique, not for eating. Hearing the words Earth-grade, my eyes lit up. Ling Qingxue thought, this is bad. It seemed she had said the wrong thing. She coughed lightly. The Starstone's use is very limited. It's useless if you eat it, but it's very important to me. I immediately lost interest in the Starstone. Since it's important to little Xue, let's just go steal it. I can fight second-order demonic beasts now. Ling Qingxue shook her head helplessly. No, I remember that in my past life, the Starstone was in the nest of a late Tier 3 starry sky sparrow. Its strength is far beyond what we can handle, and its speed is extremely fast. We wouldn't be able to escape if we were discovered. Whoa, late Tier 3. That's indeed quite a handful. But maybe with this brilliant brain of mine, I can come up with a way. I chuckled. Just as the two were about to temporarily give up on the Starstone, a sharp cry echoed through the sky. Screech! Ling Qingxue looked up at the sky. She saw, high above, a creature with a wingspan of 7 or 8 meters, a deep blue avian demonic beast, was chasing a martial artist riding a thunder eagle. And that avian beast was exactly the starry sky sparrow she mentioned. Little Xue, has our chance finally arrived? I asked with a smile. Ling Qingxue curled her lips, with a hint of a smile in her eyes. There is indeed a chance. The starry sky sparrow left its nest to chase a human martial artist. Then she could easily get that star stone. Then, she immediately cast the breath concealment concealment art to hide her and my presence. Only then did she start heading toward the starry sky sparrow's nest from her memories. As if remembering something, Ling Qingxue suddenly stopped. Her expression became somewhat grim. I looked confused. What's wrong? That starry sky sparrow was lured away on purpose. The purpose must also be to obtain that star stone. In the previous life, she knew there was a star stone in the nest, because someone had taken it out, and the ones who took the star stone were a mercenary group, called the Thunder Mercenary Group. The Thunder Mercenary Group is not simple. They are the #1 mercenary group in Linjiang City. The leader is Lei Tianbao, who has already broken through to the 4th order martial artist. If Ling Qingxue were to interfere now, it would be fine if they weren't discovered. But if they were, they would have provoked a powerful enemy. I rubbed my chin with my little paw. But there is only one star stone. If we miss this chance, it'll be hard to find another. And we don't even have enough money for food. We definitely can't afford to buy it, other than stealing it. There seems to be no other way. This is reality, a true reflection of low-level martial artists. Do you dare to risk it with me? Ling Qingxue asked softly. I confidently tilted my chin up. Don't underestimate me. I am the Taotie. Stealing a star stone is a piece of cake. Mainly, I believe in Ling Qingxue's protagonist aura, reincarnated plus contract with the system owner, and the most handsome self in history. If this isn't a perfect protagonist template, what is? The success rate is at least 98%. Go, go, go. We are invincible. All the treasures belong to us. A glimmer of spirit appeared in Ling Qingxue's eyes. She felt touched in her heart. It felt as if she finally had someone to rely on, having lived 2 lives. Only a few people had ever given her this feeling. Ding! Ling Qingxue's intimacy increased by 10. Current 60. All devouring talent activated to 60%. I smiled smugly. Increasing intimacy is just that simple. It's almost maxed out. A blurred figure moved quickly through the jungle, with their presence concealed. Ahead, atop the crown of a giant tree thick enough for 7 or 8 people to hug, was the location of the starry sky sparrow's nest. It was a full 20 to 30 meters wide. It gave me a little shock. If I could eat the starry sky sparrow, wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? Unfortunately, right now I can only imagine. Little Xue, can you sense the people from the Thunder Mercenary Group? I asked. Ling Qingxue expanded her mental power to the limit, and carefully sensed the surroundings. Several faint presences appeared in her perception. There were at least 5 people around. All of them were high level. I suddenly felt a bit of a headache. Then why haven't they stolen the Starstone yet? Because the starry sky sparrow hasn't flown very far. With its vision, it can still completely cover everything around the nest. If they try to steal it now, the starry sky sparrow will return. The starry sky sparrow chasing the thunder eagle in the sky is at most only a few thousand meters from the nest. Any further, and it won't go any further away. Little Xue, is there a way for me to mask my aura and turn invisible? I think I have a way. Ling Qingxue's beautiful eyes widened, somewhat incredulous. You have a way? I curled my lips into a smile. Yup, I've got brains after all. Ling Qingxue curled her lip, as if he were saying she didn't have any. I can achieve aura masking and invisibility through spirit arrays. But are you sure you can handle it? I should be. As long as I'm invisible and my aura isn't exposed, my chances of success are quite high. Ling Qingxue thought for a moment, then used her spiritual power to carve 2 spirit arrays on me, 1 breath-concealing array, and 1 mirror image array. Although the star stone is important, it's nowhere near as important as your life. If you're not absolutely sure, forget it. Ling Qingxue cautioned. I grinned. Little Xue, are you confessing your love to me? Smitten by my charm in just a few days? Ling Qingxue rubbed her forehead, somewhat speechless. She was worried that if I died, she'd die too. How did that turn into a confession? I poured my spiritual power into the spirit arrays Ling Qingxue had carved. I soon got the general hang of it. Spirit arrays are actually quite fun. Can you teach me when we get back? But demonic beasts usually can't learn to set up spirit arrays. It only becomes easier after breaking through to the king rank. Ling Qingxue explained. I smiled with satisfaction, then shifted my body into its smallest form and slipped out. With the support of both the breath-concealing and mirror image arrays, those tier 3 martial artists wouldn't be able to find me. To safely take the Starstone, doing it this way directly certainly wouldn't work. The moment I dare to take the Starstone out of the nest, the starry sky sparrow will definitely notice something is wrong, and rush back immediately. Therefore, I need a helper to actually lure the starry sky sparrow away. As for who that helper whatever is, it's obviously those suckers down there, fishing in troubled waters. That's my specialty. Sorry, but the law of survival in this world is the law of the jungle. Don't blame me for being shameless. Raymond sat on the back of a late-stage Tier 3 Thunder Eagle, his gaze fixed on the starry sky sparrow behind him. He was the younger brother of Lei Tianbao. Half a month ago, he accidentally discovered the starry sky sparrow's nest, which contained a very precious starstone. This starry sky sparrow is highly intelligent. I've done my best to provoke it, but it still refuses to leave its nest. Raymond cursed under his breath, becoming increasingly anxious. Then, he took out his phone and contacted the mercenary team lying in ambush below the nest. Ah Bin, take your men and steal the starstone. I'll do everything I can to hold off the starry sky sparrow, Raymond commanded in a deep voice. There was a 2-second silence on the other end. Brother Meng, would you believe me if I said a starry sky sparrow egg just fell right into my hands? Ah Bin, what the hell are you talking about? I told you to steal the starstone. How can a bird egg be as important as the starstone? Raymond roared. Brother Meng, I don't know either. It just fell on its own. Holy crap, there's another one. Ah Bin, hiding below the nest, was completely bewildered. Above his head, they had been falling, one after another. 3 eggs already. It was like seeing a ghost. Screech! A sharp bird cry snapped him back to reality. The starry sky sparrow was surrounded by surging starry power, its eyes tinged with blood, its aura violently raging. Behind it, Raymond tried desperately to restrain it, but to no avail. Ah Bin, you idiot! Hurry up and take your men to grab the star stone, Raymond yelled. The starry sky sparrow has been enraged, and is starting to return to the nest. It'll be nearly impossible to lure it away again. If we don't grab it now, when will we? Brothers, everyone, get up the tree! In an instant, 5 figures emerged from the shadows, and quickly climbed up the giant tree. I, inside the nest, looked on with a hint of pity. These mercenaries are truly old pros at playing with fire. Fast reaction speed, able to adjust the plan in time. The scene isn't chaotic enough. Let's make it a bit more chaotic. I gave a cold smile. Then I used my claws to break the starry sky sparrow egg. That sweet scent almost made me want to eat some. I poured the egg liquid out, pouring it onto the one climbing the tree, the member of the Thunder Mercenary group. What is this? Smells so good. Egg liquid. Holy shit. Who the hell spilled the starry sky sparrow egg liquid? The starry sky sparrow in the sky suddenly erupted. A fierce blow sent Lei Meng and the Thunder Eagle flying back. In its erupted state, its strength instantly increased several folds. Damn it! Who the hell is messing with me? Once I catch you, I'll grind your bones to ashes. Lei Meng was furious. His fists tightened. The starry sky sparrow turned into a blue blur across the sky. In an instant, it flew back to the giant tree. Countless feathers shot out. Abin and the others suddenly felt their scalps tingle. Among the 5, he was the highest level, a mid-stage Tier 3 body cultivator. But against the erupted starry sky sparrow, he also had a slim chance of survival. Run, run, run! All of you, run! Otherwise, you'll all die. The 5 immediately jumped off the giant tree and began running for their lives. You idiots! Can you stay away from me? The feathers are sticking all over me. Abin cursed in anger. The other 4 looked embarrassed. Brother Bin, you're the strongest among the 5 of us. If we ran alone, we definitely couldn't escape the starry sky sparrow. That's right, Brother Bin. The capable should shoulder more. We are just your underlings. Abin's face turned purple with rage. Brothers, my ass! I'll beat the hell out of you when we get back. Hurry and find a river to wash off the egg liquid. Otherwise, the starry sky sparrow will hunt you down relentlessly. Lei Meng roared. He was currently fighting desperately to block the starry sky sparrow. If he had abandoned Abin's group to take the starstone, Abin and the others would have surely died. Run east! There's a river to the east, Abin immediately shouted. Everyone immediately changed direction and fled frantically east. Meanwhile, Ling Qingxue, hiding in a small corner, watched this scene with a blank stare. She had pushed her breath-concealing art to the limit. As long as she didn't move, no one would discover her. That silly dog actually did it. His intelligence is way too high. Inside the starry sky sparrow's nest, I gazed at the distant Lei Meng and the starry sky sparrow, and only then did I enlarge my body. Then I hugged the starstone and climbed down the tree. If only I had the wings of a golden winged peng. This Taotie of mine would be even more perfect. Although it's a bit regrettable, the innate talents of the god-slaying Taotie and skills still satisfy me quite a bit. One shouldn't be too greedy as a human, but as a beast, I have to be a bit greedy. I ran back to Ling Qingxue's side holding the starstone, my face full of pride. Now you've seen this master's wisdom, right? Be my woman obediently, and you'll get meat to eat. Ling Qingxue ignored me. She reached out and put the starstone into her storage ring. Then she took me and began to flee. She did indeed get the starstone, but this was only the first step. Little Shueshue, it'll take us at least 3 or 4 hours to run out of the Qingyuan forest. Why don't we hide somewhere for a while? The day after tomorrow, we'll go straight back to school. The Thunder Mercenary group won't guess it's us, right? Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly, her brow furrowing. No, Lei Yuanbao didn't come to seize the Starstone this time, probably because Lei Ming didn't tell him about it. Now that the Starry Sky Sparrow is enraged, he'll have to tell him whether he wants to or not. My eyes narrowed. So Lei Yuanbao will be here soon. Lei Yuanbao is a Tier 4 warrior. He can see right through their breath-concealing art, and the residual starry sky energy on them makes them prime suspects. Hiding is too passive. Then we really have to run. Little Shueshue, stop. Let me take over. Ling Qingxue looked confused. Although your body cultivation level is 1 rank higher than mine, you have no speed techniques. You shouldn't be faster than me. This master can still burst. I'm definitely faster than you. I jumped off Ling Qingxue's shoulder and grew into something like a majestic lion. Black mist like ink overflowing from my body. LV.6. Greed. Skill activated. All attributes surge by 60. Speed attribute, originally 440, instantly rose to 704. This is already the speed attribute of the early 2nd rank. Ling Qingxue climbed onto my back without hesitation, while casting a lightness spirit array to reduce the burden. Her hands rested on my broad back, feeling a physical strength far beyond her own. This terrifying power is likely close to the mid-2nd rank. While Ling Qingxue was dazed, a sonic boom echoed from the sky above. A man with thunder wings streaked across the sky, glancing down at her and me fleeing on the ground. Lei Yuanbao, mid-4th rank martial artist. He really did come, and he found us. Ling Qingxue sighed. Ah, are we exposed then? I asked. Not yet, but once Lei Yuanbao and Lei Ming deal with the Starry Sky Sparrow, they will definitely suspect us. There's a 60% chance of exposure. Only returning to Linjiang High School quickly will be safe. I cursed under my breath. Then I pushed my inner strength once more, increasing my speed slightly. The two of us became a blur, weaving through the jungle. Lei Yuanbao flapped his thunder wings, rushing toward Lei Ming's direction. At this moment, Lei Ming was in a fierce battle with the Starry Sky Sparrow. Bin and the other 4 were fleeing in panic, finally jumping into the river to wash off the egg fluid. Only after washing off the fluid did they breathe a sigh of relief. A starry sky feather struck Lei Ming's shoulder, splashing a streak of bright red blood. Lei Ming's face instantly turned pale. His expression darkened, but seeing Lei Yuanbao approaching from the corner of his eye, a look of joy appeared in his eyes. You mangy bird. My brother is already here. Let's see how arrogant you are now. Seeing Lei Yuanbao arrive, Bin and the others wept with joy. They scrambled back onto the shore, enduring the pain to pluck the feathers from their bodies. Lei Yuanbao's body crackled with lightning as he flapped his wings. Then he delivered a mountain-crushing blow, repelling the Starry Sky Sparrow. Sensing the terrifying blood-chi pressure from Lei Yuanbao, the Starry Sky Sparrow's survival instinct drove it to flee. Now that I, the captain, am here, do you think you still have a chance to escape? Lei Yuanbao's gaze sharpened. A spear of thunder condensed between his palms. Then it shot out at extreme speed. Boom! The Starry Sky Sparrow's head was hit. Then it was blasted into a bloody mist by the lightning. Its body fell lifelessly to the ground. After dealing with the Starry Sky Sparrow, Lei Yuanbao looked at Lei Ming with a grim face. Is this how you lead the Thunder Mercenary group to their deaths? Lei Ming swallowed hard. It's all because some sneak attacked me. Otherwise, I definitely could have gotten the Star Stone. So you didn't even get the Star Stone? The Star Stone is still in the Starry Sky Sparrow's nest. If we go now, it'll definitely still be there, Lei Ming said confidently. Lei Yuanbao glanced at him, then led him toward the nest. But when he arrived at the nest, it was empty. Only a broken egg remained. I pushed the other eggs down, and I took the Star Stone with me. Lei Ming's expression changed drastically. His face turned green with rage. Impossible! The Star Stone must still be here. I saw the Star Stone here half a month ago, Lei Ming said, his face flushing red. Lei Yuanbao frowned. Tell me everything that happened. Do not omit a single detail. Lei Ming clenched his fists, eyes full of killing intent. Today, I brought Bin and the others here. Lei Tianbao's face grew even darker. A cold aura radiated from him. At the same time, he recalled this place in his mind, and the fleeting glimpse of Ling Qingxue hurrying along, with a trace of residual star power on her. Even with the breath concealment art, she couldn't fully block his perception. In an instant, he connected all the dots. Interesting. A mere first-rank martial artist dares to steal a treasure from my Thunder mercenary group. Hearing this, Lei Meng's eyes widened, his face full of disbelief. Brother, you're saying the person who stole my star stone is a first-rank martial artist? How could a first-rank martial artist evade his perception and bypass Bin and the others to climb into the nest? Lei Tianbao spread his thunder wings again, glancing coldly at Lei Meng. Quickly gather all the brothers. Block every exit of the Qingyuan forest. Focus on searching for a female student around 18. Rank. Late first rank. She is accompanied by a black monster the size of a male lion. Additionally, send 2 people to block the entrance of Linjiang High School. After giving the order, he flapped his wings and flew into the sky. Chasing after Ling Qingxue, Lei Meng hurriedly pulled out his phone to contact his brothers. Quickly block all exits of the Qingyuan forest. Capture a girl with a black demonic beast, a late first stage student from Linjiang University. Also send 2 people to guard the entrance of Linjiang High School. What? She left the Qingyuan forest 10 minutes ago. Lei Meng's hand holding the phone trembled slightly. His face instantly turned pale. His eyes were filled with disbelief. How is this possible? From here to the Qingyuan forest exit, it takes at least 3 or 4 hours. She's only at the late first stage. No matter how fast, she couldn't have gone that far. Lei Meng roared. His eyes turned bloodshot. Even if you run back to Linjiang High School, I'll kill you. I sped along the streets, still in the size of a male lion. My body was completely drenched in sweat. Such high-intensity bursts of speed were still a great strain, even for me. Wu Liang, stop now. We've already returned to the outskirts of the city. It's my turn to lead the way. With my martial arts and spirit arrays, I'm not slow either, Ling Qingxue said. I'm about to collapse from exhaustion. Then I turned into the size of a cat and flopped onto her shoulder. Little Xue, this grandpa did his best. You can't say I'm not capable. Bursting for nearly 3 hours straight. That's more than capable. Ling Qingxue revealed a smile. You're the best. She activated her blood qi and began sprinting toward Linjiang High School. Almost there. In another 7 or 8 minutes, I'll reach the school gates. Boom! A terrifying bolt of lightning exploded. It was only inches away from Ling Qingxue. Fortunately, she managed to dodge it with all her might, but the aftershock of the lightning still hit her. A feeling of numbness spread through her legs. Ling Qingxue sighed. Her expression looked grim. I've been caught after all. Lei Tianbao possesses flying martial arts. His speed was already incredibly fast. Relying on luck eventually leads to disaster. Little girl, the treasures of my Thunder mercenary group aren't that easy to take. Hand it over. For the sake of Principal Lu, I'll spare your life, Lei Tianbao said coldly. Ling Qingxue pursed her lips. Her gaze darkened. I don't understand what you're talking about. Once she admitted it, Lei Tianbao would be even less likely to let her go. Lei Tianbao curled his lip. His eyes held a cold, fierce look. Don't understand? Then I'll take it myself. A massive amount of electric arc surged from his palm, condensing into a terrifying lightning ball that crashed toward Ling Qingxue. At the critical moment, a figure appeared and blocked the attack for her. As the lightning faded, Zhang Jingyuan's figure was revealed. He stared coldly at Lei Tianbao. Lei Tianbao, do you know where you are right now? Violence is forbidden in the city, and killing is strictly prohibited. Do you want to die? Seeing this, Lei Tianbao's expression instantly soured. Zhang Jingyuan frowned and glanced at Ling Qingxue. Then he showed a gentle smile. Miss Ling, you can return to school first. I'll settle things with Lei Tianbao for you. Thank you, Commander Zhang. Ling Qingxue thanked him. Then she continued heading toward Linjiang High School. Seeing this, Lei Tianbao was infuriated. Commander Zhang, aren't you going too far? Lei Tianbao said through gritted teeth. Zhang Jingyuan sneered. I am ordered by the city lord to maintain order in Linjiang City. Furthermore, Miss Ling is the savior of my young lady, and you dare to attack her? Moreover, she is merely a late first-stage warrior. How could she steal a treasure from a mid-fourth stage warrior like you? Are you insulting my intelligence? Lei Tianbao's face turned livid with rage. Commander Zhang, I believe I have never offended you. I've backed down whenever possible. But do you really intend to humiliate me to this extent? Lei Tianbao's tone was ice-cold. Zhang Jingyuan's expression also turned cold. I am humiliating you. What can you do about it? I'll give you 3 seconds to get lost. Otherwise, I'll lead my men to wipe out your Thunder mercenary group. Lei Tianbao nearly ground his teeth to pieces. Fine. You've got guts, Zhang Jingyuan. I'll take a step back for now. Leaving those words behind, he departed in hatred. Oh dear, I almost ended up toast. Luckily, I chose to save Zhao Xian before. I leaned on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, feeling very fortunate. The protagonist's aura is indeed powerful. There are always supporting characters to take the hit for the lead. Linjiang High School is right in front of us. Once we enter the school, we'll be safe. But Ling Qingxue didn't relax in the slightest. After locking eyes with a member of the Thunder Mercenary group, she increased her speed further. She had already guessed that with Lei Tianbao's personality, he wouldn't let her off so easily. Holy crap. That bastard is so disgusting. Blocking someone right at their front door. I cursed out of anger. Those two have very strong auras. At least late-stage second-rank martial artists. That man turned into an afterimage and blocked Ling Qingxue's path. Young student, I suggest you come with us. Otherwise, don't blame the Thunder Mercenary group for not giving you a chance. Ling Qingxue stared at him coldly. This is Linjiang High School. Aren't you afraid our principal will slap you to death? Li Hu sneered. Principal Lu is indeed powerful, but we haven't made a move. We're just stopping someone. Would he really care about such a small matter? The atmosphere suddenly froze. Students entering and leaving Linjiang High School also noticed the anomaly here. Hey, isn't that Ling Qingxue? A tall, thin boy was the first to recognize her. It really is her. Why is she being blocked by the Thunder Mercenary group? Zhang Yuan crossed her arms, a sneer on her face. Maybe she offended someone herself. Look at her usual cold attitude, acting like she looks down on everyone. Maybe she was outspoken outside and offended a big shot from the Thunder Mercenary group. Facing the gossip, Ling Qingxue acted as if she didn't hear it. A bunch of idiots. Once I evolve, I'll be the first to beat the crap out of you. I grumbled on her shoulder. 2 or 3 more people stepped out from the crowd. Their levels were all late-stage first rank, or even peak. These few were the most outstanding students of this year's class at Linjiang High School. You all know how the Thunder Mercenary group operates. Lei Tianbao is a man who never forgets a grudge. They are openly blocking someone at the school gate. This is definitely not a simple matter, Li Lianshan said calmly. Yao Chuyu looked up ahead. That's right. Half a month ago, the Black Wind Squad outside the city just fought with the Thunder Mercenary group over a piece of prey. The next day, the whole team was found with broken limbs, dumped at the entrance of the supply point. To this day, it's unknown who did it, but it's not hard to guess who the culprit is. How about we give her a hand? Chu Yuanxing looked at the other two. Li Lianshan was somewhat surprised. Since when did you become so righteous? Chu Yuanxing coughed lightly. I've always been this righteous. After saying that, he ignored the others and walked straight toward Ling Qingxue. Chu Yuanxing put his hand on Li Hu's shoulder. Coming to cause trouble at my Linjiang High School. Even Lei Tianbao isn't as bold as you. Li Hu turned around strangely, looking at Chu Yuanxing with utter disbelief. Damn it, do you know who the hell I am? Chu Yuanxing raised an eyebrow and slapped him across the face. Then do you fucking know who I am? Li Hu was stunned by the slap, followed by explosive rage. The terrifying blood qi in his body began to surge. He raised his hand, intending to kill Chu Yuanxing. But just as he raised his hand, a powerful pressure pinned him to the ground, unable to move. An old man dressed in a plain training outfit slowly walked out of Linjiang High School. He opened his hand slightly, condensing a massive blood qi palm to lift Li Hu up. Tell Lei Tianbao, my students are off limits to him. Otherwise, I will personally visit him to send him on his way. Li Hu was terrified out of his wits, nodding frantically. The next second, he was casually tossed away by Lu Qingshan. Seeing this, the other person also immediately fled. Grandpa, why did you just get here? Chu Yuanxing said with slight dissatisfaction. Lu Qingshan glared at him. At school, you call me principal. Get back to your cultivation immediately. You must break through to a second-rank martial artist within a month. Chu Yuanxing left dejectedly. Li Lianshan looked at Chu Yuanxing with a look of utter shock. Holy crap. You're actually the principal's grandson. Why the fuck didn't you say so earlier? Chu Yuanxing glanced at him. Why should I tell you? Under Lu Qingshan's oppressive presence, all the students quickly dispersed. Thank you for your help, principal, Ling Qingxue said gratefully. Lu Qingshan's eyes narrowed slightly, looking at her with some curiosity. Come to my office. I have some things I want to tell you in private. Ling Qingxue nodded and followed Lu Qingshan into his office. Sitting in the office chair, Lu Qingshan took a sip of water. You little girl have quite some nerve. You probably snatched something from the clutches of the Thunder Mercenary group in the Qingyuan forest, didn't you? Yes. Ling Qingxue had no intention of hiding it. Hearing this, Lu Qingshan was somewhat surprised, but soon showed a smile. I don't care what you obtained. That is your own skill. I will ensure your safety within the school. But things outside the school are not my concern. You need to understand this. I understand. Unless necessary, I will rarely leave the school. Ling Qingxue stroked his beard. I remember your class 10 before. Did not have any students at the late stage of rank 1. Keep working hard. If you can rank in the top 5 in the mock joint exam the day after tomorrow, I will resolve the matter of Lei Yuanmao for you. Ling Qingxue quickly smiled. Thank you, principal. I won't let you down. Walking out of Ling Qingxue's office, Zhao Xian was waiting outside the door. Student Ling, Lei Tianbao didn't hurt you, did he? Zhao Xian asked concernedly. Ling Qingxue shook her head calmly. No, thank you for your concern, Miss Zhao. Zhao Xian smiled. You can just call me Zhao Xian, and I'll call you Qingxue. Do you need me to use the city lord's mansion's power to help you settle things with Lei Tianbao? Otherwise, given Lei Tianbao's personality, he likely won't let this go. The principal has already agreed to settle things with Lei Tianbao for me, so there's no need for the city lord's mansion to step in. That works too. Zhao Xian then took out a wooden box and several jade bottles, and handed them to Ling Qingxue. These are the spiritual medicines I promised you, Qingxue. Additionally, I've prepared a few bottles of first-grade blood sheep pills for you, hoping they help you break through to the peak of rank 1 as soon as possible. Ling Qingxue glanced at Zhao Xian, and then accepted the items. Besides that, my father has already agreed to let you enter the low-level secret realm of the city lord's mansion. The secret realm opens next month. Qingxue, does the timing work for you? Zhao Xian asked. Hearing this good news, Ling Qingxue couldn't help but be pleased. Thank you. The timing is fine for me. Good. I'll send someone to pick you up then. It'll be a good chance for us to train together. I've been in that secret realm a few times, Zhao Xian said with a smile. After saying goodbye to Zhao Xian, Ling Qingxue started walking towards her dormitory. She knew very well why Zhao Xian was being nice to her. Ling Qingxue needs resources right now, and she must use all the resources she can get to completely improve her strength. While she was reminiscing, Zhang Yuan blocked her path with a hint of mockery on her face. Ling Qingxue, you really are lucky, but the principal can only keep you safe within the school. Are you going to stay inside the school gates for the rest of your life? Ling Qingxue glanced at her indifferently. My business has nothing to do with you. Zhang Yuan's expression instantly turned cold. Stop pretending. You've offended the Thunder Mercenary group. Just wait to die. A slap was delivered, sending her flying directly. I jumped off Ling Qingxue's shoulder. My body suddenly grew large, like a fierce tiger. My aura was comparable to a rank 2 early-stage demonic beast. Zhang Yuan climbed up, holding her face. Just as she wanted to strike back, she was terrified by me. Her eyes almost popped out. Her legs were shaking. Roar! I let out a furious roar. The ferocious roar caused Zhang Yuan to wet herself on the spot. I showed a look of disgust. Then Ling Qingxue and I walked around her. Zhang Yuan, slumped on the ground, trembled, unable to recover for a long time. This is impossible. That egg was just an ordinary demonic beast egg. How could it reach this level in such a short time? It must be fake. Yes, it's fake. She climbed up from the ground. Resentment appeared in her eyes. Bitch, just wait and see how I teach you a lesson in the mock joint exam. Returning to the dormitory, Ling Qingxue and I lay limp on the bed. The distance we ran today was more than the past 5 days combined, and I almost died several times. I scratched my head and held a deep grudge against Lei Tianbao. Once my attribute points increase, I'll definitely slaughter him. But after saying that, I felt a bit weak. Little Xue, we can't leave Linjiang Middle School right now, and my talent requires devouring many demon beasts, ores, and spiritual herbs. How can we get revenge if this continues? Ling Qingxue let out a breath, her expression returning to calm. Revenge isn't necessary. Our only goal is to increase our strength. Then we're not getting revenge? I asked. Revenge will naturally be taken, but not now. Going for revenge now would be like hitting a rock with an egg. As for resources, Ling Qingxue showed a slight smile. The location for the mock joint exam the day after tomorrow is the low-level secret realm of our Linjiang Middle School. We can stay in the secret realm for 10 days. Next month, we can enter the City Lord's low-level secret realm. Besides that, to give us seniors one last push, the City Lord will open Linjiang City's only mid-level secret realm for the top 10 students to train. Meanwhile, Commander Zhang of the City Lord's Mansion will teach us martial arts techniques. These are all our opportunities. There are only 4 months left. I need to push myself further. In the time leading up to the mock exam, Ling Qingxue spent all her time cultivating, focusing on both blood qi and spiritual power. From the spiritual medicines Zhao Xian gave, Ling Qingxue kept those that increased spiritual power for herself and gave the rest to me, as a reward for my previous desperate efforts. This was also because she feared that if my spiritual power surpassed hers, I might rebel. Serving as a safeguard for herself, lying on the small bed, I was struggling with the spiritual array. After struggling a few times, I gave up completely. I really am more suited to the lifestyle of a Taotie, just eating and drinking all the time. Ling Qingxue stopped cultivating and stood up, tidying up the things in the dormitory. Today was the day of the mock joint exam. I jumped onto Ling Qingxue's shoulder and walked into the classroom with her. Before entering the secret realm, blood qi and spiritual power tests were required. Everyone in the classroom had arrived. When the homeroom teacher, Wang Jianming, finally arrived late, clutching an old thermos, he scanned the room, then sat down. Students, there are only 4 months left until the National Martial Arts exam. Whether you can get into a martial arts university can pretty much be determined now. Those who are willing to accept the school's job assignment can come to my office later. Additionally, the principal attaches great importance to this mock exam, and the rewards are much better than in previous years. The top 30 will all receive resource allocations. Third place will receive a mid-grade yellow rank spiritual tool. Second place will receive a mid-grade yellow rank spiritual tool, as well as a high-grade yellow rank martial arts technique. And first place, on top of the rewards for second place, will also receive a spirit nurturing pill. As the words spirit nurturing pill were spoken, a wave of shock swept through the classroom. Ling Qingxue's eyes narrowed slightly, and she felt a stir in her heart. It seemed she had to take first place. Wang Jianming explained the details of the mock exam, and then began the blood qi and spiritual power tests. 2 precision instruments were pushed into the classroom, and students lined up to test their blood qi and spiritual power. Let me see if anyone in class 10 has a chance to make it into the top 10 of the school. Although Wang Jianming said this, he sounded quite uncertain. Lu Yang, blood qi value 218, mid-stage first-rank body cultivator, spiritual power 54, spirit master unranked. Zhang Changxing, blood qi value 135, early-stage first-rank body cultivator, spiritual power 69, spirit master unranked. Zhang Yuan, blood qi value 321, mid-stage first-rank body cultivator, spiritual power 100, early-stage first-rank spirit master. At that moment, everyone looked at Zhang Yuan, and even a smile appeared on Wang Jianming's face. Not bad, not bad. You're not far from the 350 blood qi of late-stage first rank, and you've actually reached 100 points of spiritual power, which shows you have some talent in the path of the spirit master. Zhang Yuan smiled. Thank you for the praise, Teacher Wang. I will work even harder. She glanced at Ling Qingxue, her eyes full of smugness. As the students took the test one by one, no one in class 10 had broken through to the late first stage. Ling Qingxue stood up and stepped forward, placing her palms on the 2 testing devices. In just a few breaths, the values for qi blood and mental power appeared on the big screen. Ling Qingxue, qi blood value 420, late first stage body cultivator, mental power 385, late first stage spirit master. Everyone was speechless, staring at the calculated values. Zhang Yuan almost fainted from shock. She cheated. How could her qi blood and mental power be this high? Teacher Wang, head teacher, I hope we can check if Ling Qingxue has taken any illegal temporary enhancement drugs, and check if there's a problem with the equipment. It wasn't just Zhang Yuan. The others also had serious doubts about Ling Qingxue's qi blood and mental power. This is completely unreasonable. Wang Jianming looked at the values on the screen, his eyes widening, followed by a look of pleasant surprise. Good. Simply wonderful. I've seen Ling Qingxue's progress with my own eyes. I hope you can bring honor to the class, and take first place in the mock joint exam. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly, and prepared to return to her seat. Zhang Yuan, standing there, looked pale and flushed. Teacher Wang, Ling Qingxue's results are clearly unreasonable. I demand she be retested. It really is a bit too exaggerated. Using hacks again, huh? A boy muttered softly. Wang Jianming slammed the desk hard. I am a mid-second stage martial artist. My perception of qi blood is much clearer than yours. Student Ling Qingxue's qi blood is abundant and stable, all obtained through hard cultivation. The qi blood of everyone else here is far less stable than Ling Qingxue's. As he spoke, Wang Jianming's gaze shifted toward Zhang Yuan. There won't be any problem with the testing equipment. It has been uniformly inspected by the school. Wang Jianming's explanation completely confirmed Ling Ling Qingxue freakish chi blood and mental power values. At that moment, the gazes of over 50 people in the class fell on her. I showed a look of displeasure. My woman is not for you to stare at. I suddenly released my aura. Violent chi blood power filled the entire classroom. Everyone's throat felt as if it were gripped by a giant hand, their faces turning pale. And at that moment, the two devices for testing chi blood and mental power beeped twice. Unknown demonic beast. Chi blood value 498. Mental power 250-460. Peak first stage demonic beast. Someone muttered, "Holy crap," followed by a wave of "Holy crap," echoing through the room. All of Class 10 erupted in excitement. I started refining my chi blood at age 7, and only have over 200 points today. This mutt is more than 3 times my level. This has to be a mistake. Didn't they say most demonic beasts have low mental power? How is he at 250? I grew even more furious. Who's a mutt? The next moment, I jumped straight off Ling Qingxue's shoulder. My body instantly grew larger. In an instant, a ferocious beast nearly 3 meters tall appeared in the classroom. Everyone could only look up at me. I slowly walked up to the boy who just called me a mutt, a fierce aura bursting forth. Seeing this, Wang Jianming, who had been beaming, was momentarily stunned. I grabbed the boy with one claw, staring at him with tiger-like eyes. The boy was shaking like a leaf. Lord Dog. Oh no, Dog God. I was really wrong. Please spare me. 2 streams of hot air erupted from my nostrils, indicating that I am very angry. What part of me looks like a dog? Ling Qingxue rubbed her temples. Wu Liang, come back here. Stop causing trouble. I snorted coldly. No way. I'm going to slaughter him. He actually called me a mutt. What a great humiliation. I apologize to you on his behalf. I'll catch some demonic beasts for you to eat in the secret realm later. Ling Qingxue said helplessly. My chest heaved, my eyes full of murderous intent, but I still threw him aside, finally shrinking back to my original form and jumping back onto Ling Qingxue's shoulder. But I still looked very angry. Ling Qingxue stood up, looked around, with a cold expression. My natal demon beast has a bad temper. He doesn't like it when people call him a dog. If you provoke him again, don't blame me for not warning you. If he gets angry, even I can't stop him. The farce left the classroom pin-drop silent. No one dared to look at me again. Zhang Yuan's face froze, staring intently at me. That was originally her demon beast egg. That should have been her natal demon beast. Today, she should have been the one showing off. Zhang Yuan's face turned purple with rage, almost fainted from anger. With Ling Qingxue and Wu Liang's current strength, how could she possibly compare to them? Goodness. Wang Jianming took 2 deep breaths. Only then did he suppress the shock in his heart. Wu Liang's aura truly gave him a big shock, but that was followed by immense joy. My special grade teacher title is within reach. He coughed a few times, to ease the atmosphere in the classroom. Lu Yang, I'm calling you out for criticism. I've said this many times. Some demon beasts possess high intelligence. If you insult them, you are provoking them, and thus accelerating your own death. Any further offense will result in a disciplinary mark. Lu Yang nodded with tears in his eyes. I'll remember it. Wang Jianming suppressed the grin he couldn't hide. In 1 more hour, you will enter the secret realm. Remember, survival is the most important. Resources and rankings come second. I support friendly banter between classmates. Competition brings progress, but it's best not to reach a life or death struggle. Killing is not restricted in the secret realm, but I hope everyone keeps a shred of kindness in their hearts. At least kindness toward your own kind. I look forward to your growth and your progress. I wish you all good results in advance. Wang Jianming gave me a meaningful look. Then he left the classroom. Until he left, the whole class still didn't dare to breathe. The pressure Ling Qingxue and I brought was too intense. Lu Yang was restless, fearing I might eat him in a fit of rage. Nearly an hour passed. I checked the time. Feeling it was time, I walked out of the classroom alone. Thus, the atmosphere of the class finally returned to normal. My God, Class 10 actually has such a badass genius. Who else could be first besides School Beauty Ling? Chu Yuanxing is just a first-stage peak warrior, but his blood chi value is definitely not higher than School Beauty Ling's natal demon beast. First place is guaranteed. Zhang Yuan looked at everyone angrily, her fists clenched. Only you idiots believe that Ling Qingxue's level is real. It's impossible for anyone to progress this fast. Once she meets Li Lianshan and the top 5 of the grade like Chu Yuanxing, she'll be exposed immediately. Lu Yang showed a look of disdain. Zhang Yuan, Who doesn't know that your blood chi and mental strength were all gained from drugs, and the drugs were obtained by selling your body? You have the nerve to slander school beauty Ling. Bullshit. Zhang Yuan trembled with rage, but she couldn't say anything else. Seeing this, others began to mock her as well. Aren't you just jealous that school beauty Ling is pretty and has high talent? Someone like you isn't worthy of being compared to her. The front is stuffed, the butt is padded, the level came from drugs. Besides that, what else do you have? What even are you? I heard her skills are top-notch, leaving young Master Sun completely infatuated. Zhang Yuan exploded in rage. Finally, she could only run out with a flushed face. Wang Jianming walked toward the other teachers feeling refreshed. Old Wang, did a genius emerge in your class? The speaker was Zhou Wenping, the head teacher of Class 1. Wang Jianming curled his lips slightly. Not bad. Barely have a first stage late phase. Finally able to compete with your class. Zhou Wenping immediately laughed. Old Wang, are you getting ahead of yourself? Or do you think I can't wield my blade anymore? My Class 1 has Chu Yuanxing and Zhao Xian. These two have dominated the top 3 of the school for years. Also, I have some news for you. Zhao Xian has also broken through to the first stage peak. Contrary to his usual self, Wang Jianming didn't speak. He simply sat down, opened his thermos, and took a sip of tea. Gulp gulp. Ah, 2 Tier 1 peaks. That's actually not bad. Old Zhou, you've still got some skill, but as for this year's gold teacher title, it's still unknown who will get it. Wang Jianming's composure left the other teachers completely bewildered. Lu Qingshan walked up. His gaze swept across the crowd. Let's get started. Open the secret realm entrance, and let all students in. Hearing the principal's order, Dean Li Hui immediately stepped onto the podium. Silence, all students. Linjiang High School's 2025 mock joint exam begins now. All students will enter the secret realm in batches by class. Remember, you only have 10 days. If you are injured, you may leave early, but you cannot re-enter the secret realm. Now, Class 1, enter first. The light array shifted. In the blink of an eye, we appeared in a strange place. Is this the secret realm? It doesn't look much different from the real world, but the energy in the air is denser, Ling Qingxue said. A secret realm is actually a folded space. This space is independent of the main world. The conditions for its formation are extremely strict. Little Xue, hurry and take me to kill the strongest beast here. I need to undergo my 3rd evolution quickly, I urged. Being treated as a canine beast every day is driving me crazy. Can you estimate how much more is needed for evolution? If they are Tier 2 early stage beasts, I should need to eat 40 to 50 of them, I answered. There can't be over 40 Tier 2 early stage beasts in this realm. In Ling Qingxue's memory, there are fewer than 20. I immediately became displeased. Only that many? What kind of secret realm is this? Ling Qingxue curled her lips and said, powerful beasts are indeed few, but there is a spirit herb garden inside. There are many spirit herbs in there. Among them is a mid-grade earth-rank crystal ginseng. It can be used to boost blood vitality. Perfect for me. I'll leave the crystal ginseng for you to break through to Tier 1 peak, and all the other spirit herbs will be mine. Then let's go. Let's go straight and seize the spirit herb garden. Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. No, all students enter the secret realm at the outermost edge, while the spirit herb garden is at the very center. For now, it's unlikely anyone will fight us for the herbs. We'll hunt Tier 2 early stage beasts on our way there. I want the crystal ginseng, and I want the spirit gathering pill too. Just as we were about to set off, Lu Yang walked towards us. Seeing him, Ling Qingxue immediately gave him a cold look. Lu Yang swallowed hard, and lowered his head guiltily. School beauty Ling, don't misunderstand. I was foul-mouthed back in the classroom. I apologize. Your natal beast is definitely the coolest I've ever seen. Ling Qingxue frowned slightly. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. Lu Yan hurriedly called out to her. School beauty Ling, wait. Before entering the realm, I overheard Zhang Yuan and Sun Chao from Class 5 planning something against you. I happened to run into you, so I wanted to give you a heads up and apologize. Thanks. I see. Ling Qingxue nodded indifferently and walked away. I popped a Tier 1 blood vitality pill into my mouth, cultivating while on the move. Little Xue, let's kill that Zhang Yuan. I'm sick of her jumping around in front of us. A hint of killing intent filled Ling Qingxue's eyes. Those who want to kill me, I naturally won't let them go. If we meet them, just kill them. In the secret realm trial, death is accepted without grudge. There's a Tier 2 early stage blazing flame tiger ahead. Go eat it. After that, we'll continue our journey. I jumped off Ling Qingxue's shoulder. My size returned to normal, and walked straight into the blazing flame tiger's cave. A faint tiger roar echoed from inside. Damn, this guy is getting busy. Damn it, I haven't had that kind of luck in my life. How could you have the nerve to do this? My body grew larger. Ink-like black aura erupted. Sensing an unusual presence, the blazing flame tiger immediately stopped its breeding plan. But with just 2 slaps, I slapped it, and the Tier 1 peak tigress to death. After dealing with the blazing flame tiger, we continued towards the next Tier 2 beast's nest. On the flat ground of a valley, a dozen people surrounded a massive black tortoise. Li Lianshan wiped the sweat from his forehead. His face was cold. This old tortoise is really hard to kill. Too bad I don't have that spirit-gathering grass. Otherwise, if I were at the peak of first rank, I could definitely wear it down. The ground began to shake. Brother Shan, let's get out of here. This old tortoise's defense is too high. Its HP is too thick. We'll drop dead before we can kill it. Exactly. Better to spend this time killing some lower level ones. That way we can earn more points. Li Lianshan looked at the barely injured black tortoise, feeling helpless. Finally, he could only grit his teeth and give up. Li Lianshan looked up. A slender figure was walking toward them. Ling Qingxue, what are you doing here alone? Ling Qingxue glanced at him and looked away. Then she uttered 3 words and walked past him. Kill monsters. Over 10 people just stared blankly. Ling Qingxue walked toward the heavy-load black tortoise. She couldn't possibly want to take a dog to kill a heavy-load black tortoise alone, right? Li Lianshan immediately approached Ling Qingxue. Student Ling, would you like to cooperate? We can split the points from the tortoise. I believe with our combined strength, we can wear it down. Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. No need to kill it. I am enough on my own. Li Lianshan's smile froze on his face. Student Ling probably hasn't fought this tortoise before. This tortoise's defense is extremely strong. Even an early second-rank martial artist would struggle to break it. Only by draining its blood essence can one win. I sneered. No matter how strong the defense, can it withstand my claws? I can crush it with one stomp. Under everyone's gaze, I slowly walked toward the heavy-load black tortoise. My gaze swept over it. The heavy-load black tortoise lay there peacefully basking in the sun. But in the next moment, just as it opened its mung bean-sized eyes, it saw me, who was the size of a puppy, transform into a giant beast larger than itself. The heavy-load black tortoise's blood began to surge violently. I raised my paw and slammed it down heavily. Facing this terrifying blow, the heavy-load black tortoise began to defend with all its might. Solidified blood essence swirled around its shell. But in the next second, I proved what true power really is. The heavy-load black tortoise was slammed 3 inches into the ground. Its once intact shell was covered in cracks. Blood flowed continuously from the fissures. Under its terrified gaze, I actually raised my paw again. My second slap ended its tortoise life instantly. Overpowering force against the defensive shield. I truly am the light of justice. I happily swallowed the heavy-load black tortoise whole, finally spitting out a small piece of tail by my feet. Then I shrank and returned to Ling Qingxue's shoulder, putting away the tortoise tail. Ling Qingxue left amidst their stunned gazes. Li Lianshan's eyes nearly popped out of his head. Damn it, Class 10 actually produced such a monster, with such strength. Even Chu Yuanxing and Zhao Xian, those 2 peak first-rank martial artists, would be no match for her. Ding! Early second-rank heavy-load black tortoise digestion complete. Strength plus 18, defense plus 30, speed plus 8, evolution points plus 28. Ding! Congratulations host for breaking through to early second rank. A stream of pure blood essence flowed back into Ling Qingxue's body, raising her blood essence slightly. Ling Qingxue was only a sliver away from completely stepping into the peak first-rank martial artist level. This Taotie's breakthrough speed is simply too rapid, living a second life. I, a dignified Empress, have become a dog that wins effortlessly. My mental strength growth must be faster than its. Ahead is the territory of the Gale Wolves. The wolf pack is quite large, probably no fewer than 30. If you eat them all, your attributes should increase significantly. Ling Qingxue prepared to consume the blood essence. Pill here to break through to peak first rank in one go. Hearing the number of wolves, my eyes instantly lit up. No problem, I'm on it. Call me if you run into danger. After saying that, I turned into an afterimage and vanished from the spot. Ling Qingxue found a large tree to sit under. After some dry rations and water, she began taking the blood essence pills, those found in the forest wolf storage ring. The blood essence pills had all been consumed. The current ones were given by Zhao Xian, but these pills weren't enough to support Ling Qingxue's breakthrough to the second rank, and that crystal ginseng and the astral stone were Ling Qingxue's hope for breaking through to the second rank. The blood essence pills slowly dissolved in Ling Qingxue's body, releasing a massive amount of blood essence power, and at this moment, Ling Qingxue's level completely broke through to rank 1 peak martial artist. Surging qi and blood flowed through her body. The peak of rank 1 was achieved. Once the joint exam ends, Ling Qingxue will refine the star spirit, using the power of the crystal ginseng to break through to rank 2. Chaotic footsteps echoed from hundreds of meters away. Ling Qingxue glanced in that direction. Brother Sun Chao, you have to help me get justice. That bitch Ling Qingxue's natal demon beast should have been mine, but she stole it from me. You must vent my anger during this secret realm trial. Sun Chao's large hand gripped her waist, a look of confidence on his face. Isn't that simple? I'm only a tiny bit away from rank 1 peak. A few more pills and I'll break through in a few days. Then I can compete for first place with that connected guy, Chu Yuanqing. Killing Ling Qingxue will be a piece of cake. Yuan. After we deal with the wolf pack, find a place with me, and let's have some fun. Zhang Yuan pretended to be shy. Brother Sun Chao, you're so bad. If you can help me kill Ling Qingxue, I'll do whatever you want. Sun Chao swallowed hard. He really fell for Zhang Yuan's act. You want to kill me? A cold voice came from behind, making Sun Chao and his group instantly alert. But seeing that Ling Qingxue was alone, mockery appeared on their faces. Seeing me, Zhang Yuan became excited. Ling Qingxue, I've worked so hard to find you, and here you are, delivering yourself to me. Beside her, Sun Chao looked stunned. So you are Ling Qingxue. I didn't know our school had such a beauty. Hearing this, Zhang Yuan was suddenly infuriated. Brother Sun Chao, you just promised to help me kill her. Sun Chao glanced at her. You didn't tell me Ling Qingxue was this beautiful. How could I use force against such a lovely lady? Zhang Yuan's face twisted in rage, hating Sun Chao, that damn rich kid, to death. Sun Chao looked at me with a smile. Don't be afraid, student Ling. As long as you become my girlfriend, I will absolutely not harm you. Moreover, I can provide you with massive cultivation resources. Resources you'll never exhaust in your lifetime. No way, Zhang Yuan screamed. Sun Chao frowned and slapped her to the ground. I only spoiled you because you were good in bed. Do you really think I'm a fool? Speak another word and I'll crush you. Student Ling, there is only one chance. I hope you cherish it. Ling Qingxue raised an eyebrow slightly. And if I don't? Sun Chao grinned. Then I'll cherish you myself today. Ling Qingxue looked at Sun Chao and his group with disgust, then took out the weapon of the former forest wolf from her storage ring. Seeing Ling Qingxue about to move, Zhang Yuan's face was full of malice. Your natal demon beast isn't with you right now. Without that beast, how can your mere rank 1 late stage level fight us? Brother Sun Chao, kill her! Sun Chao slapped her back to the ground again. A cold gaze fell upon her. You aren't worthy of ordering me. Next time, I'll slaughter you. Zhang Yuan covered her face aggrievedly, not daring to speak again. Student Ling, being my woman is your only choice. Sun Chao spoke with a smile, his eyes wandering over Ling Qingxue's body. Ling Qingxue let out a small smile, her fingertips brushing against the blade. Come to think of it, Ling Qingxue hadn't killed many people in her life. The next moment, the aura of a rank 1 peak martial artist surged from her body, followed by a flash of sword light. In the eyes of Sun Chao and his lackeys, the light slowly faded away, finally falling to the ground as corpses. 7 kills strike. This is the true sword art for killing. Ling Qingxue held the sword and walked toward Zhang Yuan step by step, her face full of killing intent. Those who kill shall be killed. You don't deserve to live. Zhang Yuan's face was filled with terror. She immediately knelt and kowtowed to Ling Qingxue. Qingxue, I was wrong. We are classmates. We've been classmates for nearly 3 years. Have you forgotten? Your natal demon beast was also a gift from me. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have achieved what you have today. Let me go. I promise I'll never oppose you again. The long sword severed her head. Without any hesitation, Ling Qingxue put away the long sword. Teacher Wang said one should keep a sliver of kindness in their heart. But you don't deserve my kindness. Ling Qingxue had put up with Zhang Yuan several times, so this path to death was chosen by Zhang Yuan herself. She brought this upon herself. Ling Qingxue began to loot, taking all the usable resources with her. Sun Chao was the real big fish. The storage ring space was a full 50 cubic meters, and it could recognize its owner. Its value was at least over 2 million. Inside the storage space was also a high-grade yellow rank longsword, a large number of qi blood pills, and some yellow rank spiritual herbs, etc. Ling Qingxue took all the natal beast corpses of Sun Chao and the others with her. Only then did she leave this place. Ling Qingxue found a clean spot to sit down, casually popped a qi blood pill into her mouth to refine. I hadn't returned yet, so Ling Qingxue planned to wait for me here. Such an easy secret realm trial. Perhaps Ling Qingxue is a one-of-a-kind case. A book appeared in her hand, which came from Sun Chao's storage ring, titled the Linjiang County Gazette. About 2 hours later, I finally returned. Damn it. Next time I'm not killing those fast runners. I almost died of exhaustion. I looked at Ling Qingxue, eyes narrowing slightly. Little Xue, you're actually hiding here reading a smutty book. Ling Qingxue frowned slightly. This is called the Linjiang County Gazette. It's not a smutty book, but the cover is yellow. Isn't that exactly what a smutty book is? Ling Qingxue smiled helplessly. From the storage ring, she took those beast corpses and some spiritual herbs and placed them on the ground. I rubbed my chin. Seems like that bitch Zhang Yuan's armored mantis is in here. Little Xue, did you kill her? Ling Qingxue nodded while reading. She brought people to my door, so I just killed her. These things all belong to them. Just swallow them. They can provide some energy. I then opened my huge mouth and swallowed them one by one. Ding. Devoured a first-order late-stage earth-treading ice lion. Estimated 25 minutes to complete digestion. Ding. Devoured a first-order mid-stage armored mantis. Estimated 15 minutes to complete digestion. Devoured a mid-grade yellow-rank ice heart flower. Strength plus 13. Mental power plus 12. Evolution value plus 10. I licked my lips. The feeling of fullness is alright. This ice heart flower is pretty good. It actually increased my mental power quite a bit. Hearing this, Ling Qingxue was momentarily stunned. I was too absorbed in the book just now, and accidentally forgot to separate the ones that could increase mental power spiritual herbs. Ling Qingxue pouted, opened a page and placed it in front of me. It is recorded in this Linjiang County Gazette that many years ago, a dragon-type beast fell here, but no one has ever found the corpse of that dragon beast. Then isn't it fake? How could there be a dragon corpse but no body to be found? Could it be that it didn't die? I said dismissively, but Ling Qingxue didn't think so. A sharp light flickered in her eyes. No, the records in the Linjiang County Gazette might be exaggerated, but they wouldn't just write nonsense, because this is the official history of Linjiang City. The dragon corpse likely exists, and I'm 60% sure right now. Hearing this, I became serious. You don't think those dragon blood fish are related to the dragon corpse, do you? Ling Qingxue looked surprised. Exactly, the dragon blood fish. The reason they're called dragon blood fish is because inside their bodies, there truly exists a tiny trace of dragon blood. Before reading this gazetteer, I could only guess that the one we found, Secret Realm, once had dragon blood spilled in it. Now it seems that dragon corpse back then might have fallen exactly into that secret realm. I immediately became excited, eyes shining. Holy crap. Then if I could directly devour a dragon corpse, wouldn't I just skyrocket? You're overthinking it. The dragon corpse fell in Linjiang City many years ago. The time was at least between 100 to 300 years ago. The dragon flesh is probably long since decayed. At most, only the dragon bones remain. If you can devour the dragon bones, you should still get a huge boost. Dragon bones are one thing. On the other hand, there are spiritual herbs grown from the nourishment of dragon blood. If there really is a dragon corpse in that secret realm, then the time for us to enter the secret realm must be postponed. Ling Qingxue sighed. Originally in her plan, after harvesting the 2 low-level secret realms of Linjiang High School and the City Lord's Mansion, we can definitely break through to the second stage. But if the dragon corpse really is in that secret realm, even if it's just a low-level secret realm, it will still have a large number of Tier 3 demonic beasts, entering with only early Tier 2 strength. It's very likely we'll come back with nothing. Then when do we go in? Our time is limited, and our resources are scarce. Without that secret realm, I'll have no demonic beasts to eat, I muttered. Ling Qingxue pondered for a moment, and adjusted the plan, putting that secret realm last. First, we'll wait for Zhao Tianlan to open the intermediate secret realm. For the intensive training of the top 10 students, the scale and resources of the intermediate secret realm are far superior to those of the low-level one. With this opportunity we have hope of advancing to the late second stage, or even the peak. Ling Qingxue closed the Linjiang County Chronicles, and put it back into her storage ring. Let's go. By now, some people have probably started heading toward the center of the secret realm. Let's get there as quickly as possible. In the heart of the secret realm, many teams had already gathered, and at this moment, Chu Yuanxing, Zhao Xian, Yao Chuyu, and Li Lianshan had all arrived. Xiao Shan, why the long face? Were you broken by that bird turtle? Chu Yuanxing teased. Li Lianshan glared at him fiercely. Don't call me Xiao Shan. Careful, or I'll beat you up. Chu Yuanxing gave a slight smile. Fine, but your mental fortitude is lacking. That turtle was a tough nut to crack, yet you insisted on picking a fight with it. You might have had a chance if you'd gone for the blazing flame tiger. Li Lianshan crossed his arms, looking displeased. Stop laughing at me. Anyway, you won't be laughing this time. Someone has finally kicked you off the top spot. I'm just waiting to see you fail. Chu Yuanxing's eyes widened. Bullshit. My strength is already equal to an early tier 2 demonic beast. Yao Chuyu's spirit arrays are indeed annoying, but she's still no match for me. Although Zhao Xian also reached the first stage peak, it was recent, and her blood energy isn't as profound as mine. First place in this joint exam is practically mine. Li Lianshan sneered. Confidence is a good thing, but you'd better prepare yourself. After saying that, he walked toward Zhao Xian and Yao Chuyu. Chu Yuanxing scratched his head, a bit confused. Then, the four of them looked together, toward the basin not far away. How about the four of us team up to kill that crystal python? We'll split the points equally, and divide the spiritual herbs based on contribution. Chu Yuanxing suggested. Yao Chuyu nodded slightly. Agreed, but I want all the spirit concentrating flowers in there. I don't need any other spiritual herbs. In that case, let's divide the tactics now. Chuyu will set up spirit arrays to restrict the crystal python's movement. Zhao Xian and I will handle the main attack, and Lianshan will act as the meat shield, responsible for drawing its attention. Hearing this, Li Lianshan's face turned green with rage. Do you even hear yourself? You want a first stage late phase guy like me to be a meat shield? That thing is an early tier 2 crystal python. Am I supposed to block it with my head? Chu Yuanxing shrugged, looking helpless. Someone has to be the meat shield to draw its aggro. Otherwise, the others can't attack with full force. Besides, if a first stage late phase like you were the main attacker, could you even kill it? Li Lianshan coughed slightly. It's not that I can't be the meat shield, but I want more spiritual herbs. After all, my position is too dangerous. Damn, I knew you had another scheme. Fine. Chu Yuanxing cursed with a laugh. Once the plan was settled, the four of them slowly walked toward the spiritual herb area. Just as they stepped into the herb area, the ground suddenly trembled slightly, and a massive crystal python burrowed out. Hiss! It let out a hiss, carrying the fierce aura of the crystal python. Li Lianshan swallowed hard, feeling a surge of nervousness. Damn, remember to give it everything you've got. Just so you know, I can't take many hits. If I can't hold it, I'm running away. Didn't you want more spiritual herbs? Chu Yuanxing scolded. You have to be alive to spend what you earn. The principal specifically placed this crystal python here, specifically to guard this herb area. Our chances of killing it were slim to begin with. We might as well just grab as many herbs as possible. Li Lianshan muttered. Zhao Xian coughed lightly. Let's test its strength first. If there's really no chance, we'll find a way to steal a few spiritual herbs. Don't be afraid. I've put in a lot of effort to slay the crystal python. I'm 80% sure we can succeed this time. Chu Yuanxing patted the arm of the flame-fire gorilla beside him, a smile on his face. My flame-fire gorilla broke through to the early second order before I did. As long as we can create an opportunity for it, it can definitely slay the crystal python. Hearing this, Li Lianshan and the other two looked in shock at that towering flame-fire gorilla. You're only telling us now? Are you trying to show off in front of everyone? Li Lianshan said through gritted teeth. Chu Yuanxing shook his head with a smile. Of course not. I originally wanted the flame-fire gorilla to show its power and deliver a fatal blow to the crystal python. But since none of you had confidence, I had to tell you first to put you at ease, to lead by example. Chu Yuanxing charged out with the flame-fire gorilla. Seeing this, Li Lianshan and Zhao Xian gained confidence, and launched an attack with their natal demon beasts. Only Yao Chuyu remained standing in place. She is a spirit master. Her role is to seize the right moment to set up a spiritual array. Spiritual power surged from her fingertips, setting up a demon-binding array around the crystal python. The moment the array took shape, the crystal python's attack speed visibly slowed down. While fighting, Chu Yuanxing gave her a thumbs up. Spirit masters are awesome. This spiritual array thing is as annoying as the demon beasts. Yao Chuyu rolled her eyes. With the help of the array and the flame-fire gorilla, the four of them fought the crystal python in a fierce back and forth. Yao Chuyu continued to output spiritual power to stabilize the array, her face turning slightly pale. Even if I take a spiritual recovery potion, I can only hold on for 10 more minutes. You guys need to hurry up. Hearing 10 minutes, Li Lianshan's heart sank. Flame-fire fire gorilla, attack already. What the hell are you just standing there watching? My earth-shattering bear is about to be beaten to death, Li Lianshan cursed in frustration. Chu Yuanxing ignored him, his fists repeatedly smashing into the crystal python, creating opportunities for the flame fire gorilla. Seeing everyone showing signs of fatigue, Chu Yuanxing stopped waiting, and began to use his ultimate move, Overlord Punch. All his blood chi surged toward his right fist. The terrifying blood chi almost formed a blood chi sun. Then, he swung his right fist, smashing the crystal python's head aside. The flame fire gorilla seized this opportunity, beating its chest with both hands to trigger its rage, then unleashed its innate skill with full force, smashing down on the crystal python's head. The terrifying power kicked up a massive cloud of dust. The crystal python was sent flying dozens of meters away. Li Lianshan cried out in surprise, his eyes widening. Holy crap, Chu Yuanxing, you actually learned a Xian grade martial skill. Damn it. You're so good at hiding it. Chu Yuanxing curled his lips into a smile. I told you I was fully prepared this time. Slaying the crystal python isn't that difficult. After taking a full force blow from my flame fire gorilla, no matter how strong its defense is, the crystal python must be heavily injured. Watch out. Something's wrong with the crystal python, Yao Chuyu shouted urgently. In her spiritual perception, the crystal python had indeed been sent flying, but after landing, its aura increased instead of decreasing. Its state was very abnormal. A crystal python tail flew out from the dust and slapped the flame fire gorilla away. The terrifying force directly broke the flame fire gorilla's ribs. Xiaohua, the veins on Chu Yuanxing's forehead throbbed. Seeing this, everyone retreated frantically. Back, back, back. This battle is hopeless. The crystal python is simply not something we can defeat. Li Lianshan completely lost his will to fight and immediately started running away with the earth-shattering bear. Chu Yuanxing stared intently at the crystal python's head, only to see that the spot where the flame fire gorilla hit, that crystal scale, wasn't scathed. I understand now. This crystal python has broken through to the mid-second order. If I'd known, why the hell would we fight? We should have just stolen a few spiritual herbs instead. The four of them were instantly filled with regret. The crystal python seemed to have been enraged by the flame fire gorilla's attack, and now it began to charge at them. Chu Yuanxing's eyes widened, his heart turning cold. You beast! My grandfather is Ling Qingxue. Get the hell back where you came from! The crystal python turned a deaf ear, its vertical pupils filled with coldness and bloodlust. Its speed was incredibly fast. In an instant, it caught up to Yao Chuyu, who had the weakest physique, its snake tail slapping toward her. The terrifying power was too much for her to resist. Fortunately, Li Lianshan's great earth bear acted. Its bloodline talent blocked the attack for her, but it was also severely injured. Yet, it was merely a stalling tactic. As the crystal python struck down a second time, there was no one left to protect Yao Chuyu. Seeing this, Chu Yuanxing had no choice but to brace himself. My father is Chu Junwu, a 7th-rank warrior. If you dare kill me, you're finished. Chu Yuanxing raised his arms to block, closing his eyes in terror. After a long wait, the crystal python's attack never landed. Damn, he's actually afraid of my dad. When he opened his eyes, he saw a majestic beast holding the crystal python in its grasp. Its violent aura was even more intense than the python's. An unknown, powerful demonic beast had actually saved them. Zhao Xian was slightly startled, and then looked behind her with her beautiful eyes. Sure enough, she saw Ling Qingxue slowly walking toward them. A bitter smile appeared on Li Lianshan's face. Chu Yuanxing, the person who will take your top spot is here. Chu Yuanxing looked back. Ling Qingxue was just strolling casually toward them, without a hint of fear on her face. Ling Qingxue, you've actually broken through to the first-rank peak. Are you all okay? Ling Qingxue asked indifferently. No, we're fine. Just a few minor injuries. Then step back. We'll handle the crystal python. Both Chu Yuanxing and Yao Chuyu wondered if they had misheard. That giant beast is your natal beast? Isn't your natal beast a grayish-black mutt? Ling Qingxue's natal beast has a size-shifting talent. This is the same beast that slapped the heavy-load black tortoise to death, Li Lianshan explained helplessly. Lao Xian stood beside Ling Qingxue. Qingxue, do you need our help? This crystal python has already reached the Tier 2 mid-stage. It might be difficult for you to kill it alone. Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. No need. He can handle it. Almost everyone looked at me at the same time, but I didn't pay attention to them. Instead, I was thinking about whether this thing covered in crystal scales would be crunchy like a spicy strip when eaten. I gripped the crystal python with one claw, and no matter how it struggled, it couldn't break free. Having killed a large number of beasts in the secret realm, my attribute values had risen significantly again. Activating 4-6, Greed skill. The values surged by another 60, directly surpassing the strength of the Tier 2 mid-stage crystal python. Before me at this moment, the crystal python was just a little crystal spicy strip. Hiss! The crystal python hissed, its blood and energy erupting violently. Only by using all its strength did it barely escape my grasp. But why would I let it escape? I flattened it with a single slap. Seeing me be so violent, Chu Yuanxing and the others broke into a cold sweat. In the distance, the flattened crystal python had not died. To counterattack, it decisively activated its bloodline talent skill. Its injuries began to heal at a visible speed, instantly returning to its peak state, and even surpassing it. The crystal python bared its sharp fangs, intending to fight me to the death, but my next few slaps completely shattered its illusions. The crystal python was flattened into a shriveled spicy strip once more, and then I slurped it down like a noodle. Now I know. Crystal scales really are crunchy. Ding! Consumed a Tier 2 mid-stage crystal python. Estimated digestion time, 4 hours, until the crystal python was slain. Everyone remained in a daze. Chu Yuanxing felt his confidence had taken a massive hit compared to her. I seem to have nothing left to brag about, Chu Yuanxing said with a bitter smile. You still have a grandfather who's a principal and a father who's a 7th rank warrior. Chu Yuanxing glared at Li Lianshan. A gentle smile appeared on Yao Chiyu's face as she let out a soft sigh. Isn't it a good thing to have someone for us to chase after? Is it not? To be honest, Linjiang City is just the countryside. We will all make it out of here. The geniuses out there will only be more terrifying. Zhao Xian gave Ling Qingxue a deep look, and then turned and left. Li Lianshan and Yao Chuyu felt the same. After thinking for a moment, Chu Yuanxing walked toward Ling Qingxue. Student Ling, there's something I want to discuss with you. Ling Qingxue looked up slightly. What business? Chu Yuanxing coughed lightly, looking a bit embarrassed. You killed the crystal python alone, so this spirit herb garden naturally belongs to you. But this garden was created by my grandfather, with a great deal of effort. It's fine for you to pick the herbs, but please do not destroy it. It's best to leave the roots. As he spoke, his gaze kept drifting toward the one ravaging the place. That was me, mowing the grass. I had almost dug up the entire plot of land. Ling Qingxue took a glance. A few black lines appeared on her forehead. She immediately stopped my actions through the contract. We'll be careful. We'll try not to damage the garden's environment. Chu Yuanxing gave a gentle smile. Thank you. Congratulations in advance on taking first place. But I won't give up. I will definitely win it back later. Ling Qingxue curled her lips slightly. Then I wish you success. Chu Yuanxing felt utterly crushed. He sighed, and walked away despondently. I walked over at that moment, and spat a crystal python scale onto the ground. Little Xue, it seems you've crushed his confidence, I said with a laugh. Ling Qingxue glanced at Chu Yuanxing's retreating figure. Then she looked away. He needs a bit of a blow, and some external pressure at the same time. I'm helping him. That crystal ginseng shimmered under the sunlight. Ling Qingxue dug it out, and washed it clean with fresh water. I'm going to refine the crystal ginseng. You go devour the other spirit herbs. Remember not to destroy the garden. Try to pick the mature herbs to devour. Immature herbs are far less effective. There's no need to overexploit the resources. I pursed my lips. Fine. I'll try to be careful. I originally wanted to eat the entire plot of land, but Lu Qingshan did save our lives, after all. I'll give him some face. Anyway, I just need enough evolution points to evolve. Then I began my happy eating session, devouring all the visible spirit herbs in the garden. Devoured low-grade yellow spirit herb, blood congealing grass. Defense +5, speed +6, evolution value +5. Ding. Devoured mid-grade yellow spirit herb, fire source flower. Strength +9, defense +7, spirit +9, evolution value +11. Ling Qingxue found a place to sit, and put the crystal ginseng into her mouth. In the blink of an eye, it was the last day of the mock exam. Lu Qingshan and the other teachers were already waiting on stage. Wang Jianming was feeling restless, drinking water from time to calm his nerves. He was confident in Ling Qingxue's and my strength, but when that old fellow Zhou Wenping treated him to dinner, he accidentally revealed that Chu Yuanxing's beast had already broken through to the early stage of Tier 2. Moreover, Chu Yuanxing had learned a mysterious grade martial skill. Wang Jianming's heart sank. Seeing this, Zhou Wenping couldn't help but smile. Old Wang, for someone from your class to make the top 5 would already be an unprecedented first, alright? Don't act like you actually have a hope for first place. Wang Jianming gritted his teeth. What are you so smug about? This isn't the national martial exam. There are still 4 months left. The final result is still unknown. You won't give up until you're pushed to the brink, huh? Today, I'll let you see the reality. There was 1 hour left before the secret realm closed. Ling Qingxue opened her eyes. A powerful surge of blood qi energy emanated from her body, but a moment later, a strange expression appeared on her face. How did Wu Liang's mental strength increase so much? She clearly picked all the spirit-concentrating flowers and other herbs that significantly boost mental strength. Now he's actually surpassing me in mental strength. Thinking of this, Ling Qingxue immediately rushed toward my position. Under the warm sunlight, I was leisurely sunbathing. I had already gathered enough evolution points. I was just waiting for the mock exam to end, to begin my 3rd evolution. Little Xue, it's time for us to leave. I'll let you see your man's handsome face after evolution. Ling Qingxue frowned slightly. How did your mental strength increase so much? I kicked my hind legs, and skillfully jumped onto her shoulder. I accidentally ate a phantom god tree. The taste wasn't great, a bit astringent, but it gave me a boost in mental strength. Ling Qingxue closed her eyes. Her heart was filled with helplessness. Now her mental strength is at least close to 400 points. I need to work a bit harder, otherwise, I won't be able to withstand the Taocan bloodline rebelling. Outside the secret realm, all the teachers were already waiting there. Gao Yanhua smiled as she looked at Yao Qiyu walking out of the exit. Qiyu, how were your results? Do you think you can compete for the top 3? Yao Qiyu blushed, feeling a bit embarrassed. She then poured out the monster parts she had hunted. The chances are probably slim. I've let you down, teacher. Gao Yanhua sighed inwardly. It's okay. There are still 4 months left. Try to make one last push. Yao Qiyu nodded. I will keep working hard. Dean Li Hui began leading the students to calculate their points. Grade 12, Class 2, Yao Qiyu. Total points, 770. Not long after, Li Lianshan, Chu Yuanxing, Zhao Xian, and a few others had walked out. After them, Ling Qingxue walked out alone. Wang Jianming quickly hurried toward her. Qingxue, how did it go? Is it a lock? Seeing Wang Jianming so nervous, Ling Qingxue's expression softened. She then uttered 2 words. Very secure. Grade 12, Class 3, Li Lianshan. Total points, 720. Grade 12, Class 1, Zhao Xian. Total points, 930. Grade 12, Class 1, Chu Yuanxing. Total points, 1050. As Li Hui's voice faded, the noise on the playground began to rise and fall. Lu Yang, standing nearby, was slightly displeased. What's the big deal about points? The school beauty Ling from my class 10 could easily surpass him. That person glanced at Lu Yang, with a look as if he were seeing an idiot. Brother, are you a moron? Where did this school beauty Ling come from in our school? Who acknowledged her? Did your class just crown her yourselves? This sentence immediately sparked the anger of Class 10. I'll blow your damn eyes open today, to let you know that the geniuses are in Class 10. You're just bragging. I've never seen anyone more talented than Brother Chu in my life, that person said disdainfully. Wang Jianming swallowed his anxiety. A look of composure returned to his face. Come, everyone. Please step aside once your points are calculated. The students from my class haven't had their points calculated yet. Wang Jianming pushed through the crowd, protecting Ling Qingxue as he walked toward Li Hui. Boldly, hurry up and get more people to help. Calculating points with so few people is too slow. Pour out all the monster remains you've slain. We will calculate your points. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly. Then she opened her storage ring and poured all the monster remains onto the ground. It's all here. Please count them, teacher. Looking at the mountain of monster remains on the ground, Dean Li Hui's face was full of astonishment. Did you kill all of these by yourself? Ling Qingxue nodded slightly, and released the aura of a Tier 2 early stage monster. My lifebound beast broke through to the Tier 2 early stage before I did, so I killed a few more monsters. Li Hui swallowed hard. His eyes almost popped out. Grade 12, Class 10, Ling Qingxue, 10,800 points. Wang Jianming was beaming with joy. His gaze kept glancing at Zhou Wenping. Not bad. About what I expected. But there's still room for improvement. I'll bring the first place reward to you later. Go back and rest now. Zhou Wenping's face darkened. Feeling a surge of jealousy, Ling Qingxue's explosive score instantly set all of Linjiang Middle School ablaze. Lu Yang grinned, putting his arm around the shoulder of the person next to him. Brother, what do you think? Isn't the school beauty Ling from my Class 10 awesome? That person swallowed, looking guilty. Awesome. him. Absolutely awesome. Lu Yang smacked him on the head. Do you even know how to talk? She's the school beauty. You call her awesome? Why are you even more clumsy with words than I am? That person put on a flattering look. Brother Yang, I was wrong. Can you give me school beauty Ling's contact info? I feel like I was her husband in a past life. Lu Yang's eyes widened. He immediately called over the people from class 10. Brothers, there's a lunatic here. Who's got some yellow pea? Come snap him out of it. I'll do it. My virgin pea is the best. Wait, you're actually taking off your pants? Stop. Spare me. Lu Qingxue stood in the hallway, with a smile on his face. When he saw Wang Jianming and Ling Qingxue approaching, he signaled the other to leave. Wang Jianming was tactful. I'll go check the grades of the others in class 10. Hoping a few more promising talents emerge. The principal wants to see me, Ling Qingxue asked. Lu Qingxue gave a gentle smile, and led her into the office. Did you slay that crystal python? Ling Qingxue nodded. My lifebound beast slew it. Lu Qingxue shifted his gaze to me, his eyes filled with curiosity. Having been the principal for so many years, even I can't see where your limit lies, so I intend to gamble on you. Ling Qingxue looked somewhat confused. What does the principal mean by that? Lu Qingxue smiled, with a hint of helplessness. You've seen the level of our school's secret realms, and the ranking rewards we provide. To be honest, these are far inferior to other high schools. Powerful martial artists are built upon resources. Linjiang High School's secret realms are basically fully developed. There's not much left to gain. These years, we've relied on aid from the city lord's mansion. Ling Qingxue suddenly understood. So the principal hopes I can get into a top national martial arts university, so the Education Bureau will allocate more resources to us. Lu Qingxue nodded slightly. Yes, if Linjiang High School doesn't produce geniuses, the Education Bureau won't value us. Only by producing a genius who can enter a top 10 national university can we change the current situation. Otherwise, Linjiang High School will only get worse. Then what did the principal mean by gambling? Lu Qingxue placed a token on the table. The school can't provide you with more resources at the moment. Relying solely on Zhao Tianlun's intermediate secret realm sprint is likely not enough for you to break into the top 10 national universities. This isn't a denial of your talent, but rather a lack of time and resources. This is a Nanchuan province treasury token I obtained years ago. You can choose one treasure up to the earth grade. I suggest you choose a cultivation technique. Techniques are the biggest weakness of Linjiang High School. If you can learn an earth grade technique, your progress should be much faster. Ling Qingxue's gaze fell upon the token, her eyes growing deep. Chu Yuanxing is the principal's grandson. This token should be your private property. Are you sure you want to use it on me? A warm smile appeared on Lu Qingxue's face. Yuanxing has his father to prepare resources for him. This old man won't bother with that. This Nanchuan token is the only thing I have worth offering. If you take it, then give it your all, and win back the reputation of a genius for me. If you lack the confidence, you can act as if you didn't see it. Lu Qingxue wanted to trade his lifelong honors for a student who could enter a top 10 national university. A smile appeared on Ling Qingxue's face. She reached out and took the Nanchuan token from the table. We accept this mission. Lu Qingxue looked satisfied, seeming to have more energy. He took a tablet out of the drawer, opened a page and handed it to Ling Qingxue. These are the resources you can choose from. I only offer suggestions, but the choice is yours. I trust your judgment, child. After you've made your choice, someone will deliver the resource to the school within 3 days. I'll notify you then. Ling Qingxue nodded, taking the tablet with both hands. Thank you, principal. Take the tablet back and take your time choosing. Don't rush. If you have any questions, you can come ask me. Also, regarding the trouble with the Thunder Mercenary group, this old man will solve it for you. They won't dare to touch you. Ling Qingxue thanked him again, and then left the office. Returning to the dorm, Ling Qingxue showered and changed clothes, then opened the tablet and began browsing the treasures. Little Shui, hurry up and exchange for more monster corpses. Then I'll take you to get first place, I said excitedly. Ling Qingxue shook her head helplessly. Exchanging for monster corpses is the least cost-effective option. Energy continuously leaks from a monster's body after death. By the time they are transported here, most of the energy will probably be gone. What about spiritual herbs? Spiritual herbs are also not cost-effective. The value of spiritual herbs is too high. This Nanchuan token can't exchange for many. Ling Qingxue explained again. Finally, Ling Qingxue's gaze stopped on a picture of a skeleton. Unknown avian monster skeleton. Degrade. High quality. The bones are imbued with dense black rock fire. Preliminary identification. rank 6 attribute monster, height 5 meters, wingspan 10 meters, can be used as monster evolution material. Do you know this demon beast? I asked curiously. Ling Qingxue curled her lips. That's right. Speaking of which, you have a fierce beast bloodline, while it has a divine beast bloodline. Following her gaze, I also saw the demon beast skeleton. This black flame fire phoenix died before reaching adulthood, but there should still be some energy within its skeleton. At the very least, it was once a 6th rank demon beast. What Ling Qingxue was truly anticipating was, what would happen after my Taotie fierce beast bloodline devoured a divine beast bloodline? Choosing this black flame fire phoenix skeleton, we definitely won't lose out. Once the item was decided, Ling Qingxue submitted it immediately. Also on that day, the reward for first place in the mock joint exam was delivered to her by Wang Jianming. Teacher Wang, can I exchange this martial technique and spiritual tool for a grade 2 blood chi pill? Hearing this, Wang Jianming was stunned for a moment. You are indeed close to breaking through to a tier 2 martial artist, but it should take about a month, right? I obtained that crystal ginseng in 3 days at the fastest. I can break through to the early 2nd rank, Ling Qingxue explained. Wang Jianming was instantly overjoyed. Good. I'll go and exchange it for you myself. Focus on your cultivation. If there are any life problems, I'll help however I can. Little Xue, I'm preparing for my 3rd evolution. It will take a bit longer this time, I said with a hint of excitement. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly, a smile appearing at the corners of her mouth, without her having to exhaust herself searching for evolution materials. My evolution was simply too easy. I called up the system panel, looking at the evolution points that had just exceeded 1,000. My heart raced with excitement. System, begin my 3rd evolution. Ding! Deducting 1,000 evolution points. 3rd evolution beginning. Familiar blood chi surged from my body again. The momentum of this evolution was greater than the previous 2. The blood chi almost completely enveloped me, forming a large blood-red cocoon. Ling Qingxue took a deep breath, a look of shock in her eyes. I wonder where his limit lies. Even with the Taotie bloodline, it's impossible to keep evolving forever. When that time comes, will I still have a way to help him evolve a god-level bloodline? Crack! A crisp cracking sound came from my body, followed by more and more cracks. A demon beast with a completely new look appeared on the spot. I shed my original black-gray fur, which had now become a pure ink black, as deep as ink. My claws became incredibly thick, their tips gleaming with a cold light, and my body size expanded once again. Host, Wu Liang, demon beast, gluttony beast, next form, Shushan beast. Evolution points required, 5,000. Rank, early 2nd rank. Talent, devour all things, 60. Bloodline, intermediate 2-star. Attack, 855. Defense, 938. Speed, 750. Spirit, 460. Evolution points, 15. I scratched my claws, a feeling of novelty on my face. I found a mirror to look at myself, and finally nodded with satisfaction. Look at my jet black fur, my majestic chest, and my unrestrained posture. Now this is what you call a Taotie. I've finally gotten rid of that muddy dog look. Not only that, I've finally obtained a new skill. Holy crap, next time actually requires 5,000 evolution points? This evolution is way too expensive. I sighed. Future evolutions will only be harder. I turned my head to look at Ling Qingxue, wanting to get her praise, but I saw her staring intently at me, as if she were extremely nervous. Ling Qingxue was incredibly nervous at this moment, her heart beating faster. She didn't expect that my evolution this time would bring such a massive boost to my mental power, even surpassing her directly. If I were to seize the initiative of the contract now, or rather, rebel against my master, it would likely activate the Taotie nature within me. Moreover, my strength is far greater than hers right now. She has no way to counter me. I shrank my body and easily jumped onto the bed. Why are you looking at me like that? Do you think I've become more handsome? Ling Qingxue pursed her lips slightly, a look of hesitation on her face. Do you feel very hungry? Do you have an urge to eat something? I bared my teeth. Of course I'm hungry. Out of 24 hours in a day, 23 and a half are spent being hungry. Then, do you want to eat me? Ling Qingxue asked nervously. My eyes lit up. I do. I've had my eye on you for a long time. Once I break through to the king rank, I'll take you as my little wife. No. I mean, do you have the urge to treat me as food? I tilted my head. Little Xue, is something wrong with your head? Why would I eat you? It's not time for me to eat you yet. Ling Qingxue breathed a sigh of relief, her expression returning to calm. She was now certain that I had no intention of rebelling. How strange. According to the nature of the ferocious beast Taotie, the probability of rebellion is almost 99%. Could it be that as a reincarnated being, I really have the protagonist's script? Is it because I hatched him, that he sees me as his mother? Ling Qingxue's eyes suddenly lit up, feeling quite excited. In that case, there's no need to fear his growth at all, because I raised him myself. He's more like my family. As long as I treat him with all my heart, I can create a bond with him, and thus become true family. Ding! Ling Qingxue's intimacy increased by 40. Current value, 100. All devouring talent activated to 100%. Hearing the system prompt in my head, I stood frozen in place. Are you kidding me? How did it suddenly jump to 100? Holy crap. Am I really that handsome now? To max out intimacy right after evolving. With the all-devouring talent fully activated, my energy conversion rate can reach its maximum. Then I'll gain even more attribute points. My breakthrough speed will be even faster in the future. Ling Qingxue suppressed her emotions and took out the star stone from her storage ring. She had already broken through to the peak of first stage martial artist and was fully capable of refining the star spirit within it. Now was the best time for refining. Wu Liang, I need to refine the star spirit. It will take about 1 to 2 days. You'll handle everything that happens during this time. I lay on the bed with a lazy expression, nodding my head slightly. Don't worry, I'm very reliable. Ling Qingxue curled her lips into a smile. A large amount of pure blood she surged from her palm, enveloping the starstone. After she had been cultivating for half a day, there was a knock at the door. Qingxue, your teacher is here to bring you second-grade blood chi pills. I jumped off the bed, grew slightly in size, and opened the door. Then grabbed the medicine bottle in my mouth and shut the door. But Wang Jianming still accurately noticed the anomaly. My appearance had completely changed, and my aura was much more powerful than before. Not only that, the moment the door opened, he sensed a pressure as heavy as the stars. Damn it, what kind of genius have I actually taught? The other students in this batch are truly the unluckiest. Wang Jianming had a smile on his face, humming a little tune as he left. In the blink of an eye, 2 days passed. Inside the dormitory, Ling Qingxue remained motionless. The furnace phantom in her body worked without pause, refining that star spirit. It had now reached the final stage. With a faint cracking sound, the star spirit completely merged into Ling Qingxue's flesh and blood. Phew! Ling Qingxue exhaled a breath of turbid air, completely finishing the refinement of the star spirit. The moment the refinement succeeded, her body cultivation level naturally broke through to the early second stage, reaching the same level as me. Seeing that Ling Qingxue had finished her cultivation, I handed over the bottle containing the second-grade blood chi pills. These are the blood chi pills sent by your homeroom teacher. Also, your principal sent you a message. The Black Flame Fire Phoenix skeleton we traded for has arrived at Linjiang High School. Ling Qingxue revealed a smile and put the blood chi pills into her storage ring. Then she stood up. After breaking through to Tier 2, her figure looked even more graceful. Damn! That's exciting. As expected of the woman I chose, Ling Qingxue opened the dorm room door and took me toward the principal's office. Standing outside the office, she gently knocked on the office door. Knock, knock, knock. Come in. Lu Qingshan's voice came from inside the office. When Ling Qingxue pushed the door open and entered, she saw Lu Qingshan in the office. Besides him, there were several unfamiliar faces. Those people kept sizing up Ling Qingxue and me on her shoulder, their scrutiny obvious. Lu Qingshan stood up with a smile and began the introductions. These two are teachers from Qingshan Martial Arts University, and this is the student they admitted early. They came to test your talent, Qingxue. If you meet the requirements, you may be admitted early by Qingshan Martial Arts University. Qingshan Martial Arts University, a martial arts university ranked in the national top 10. Principal Lu, we came here sincerely, but you don't seem to respect us much. Gu Qingfeng used spiritual power to sense Ling Qingxue's level, and faint anger appeared on his face. The students Qingshan Martial Arts University recruits early must be true top-tier geniuses, otherwise there is no need to recruit them early. If her level hasn't even reached mid-tier 2, she has no qualification to enter Qingshan Martial Arts University. Lu Qingshan's face stiffened slightly. Teacher Gu, after all, there are still 4 months before the national martial exam. With this child's cultivation speed, breaking through to late tier 2 should be extremely easy. She should still be qualified, right? Gu Qingfeng shook his head. By then, late tier 2 would be too late. Breaking through to late tier 2 4 months later would at most get her into a top 30 martial arts university nationwide. If that's all, she is not qualified to be admitted by Qingshan Martial Arts University. Since you've already come all this way, can't you test this child's potential first? Gu Qingfeng looked at Shen Lianming, the beautiful woman sitting beside him. Two vast streams of spiritual power flew from Shen Lianming's eyes and landed on Ling Qingxue. They were like two giant hands kneading her spiritual power, but that feeling quickly disappeared. Her spirit master talent is quite good, but she started too late. Her spirit master level is currently only peak tier 1. Even by the national martial exam, it'll be hard for her to break through to late tier 2. Right now, indeed, she does not meet the standards of Qingshan Martial Arts University's Spirit Master Department. Sweat began to appear on Lu Qingshan's forehead. The way he looked at Ling Qingxue carried a trace of apology. Gu Qingfeng stood up. We still have other places to visit. We'll take our leave first. Also, I want to say one thing to Principal Lu. We can understand your desire for your students to enter prestigious universities, but your actions have added a lot to our workload. Hearing this, I, standing on Ling Qingxue's shoulder, immediately felt unhappy. Visiting each school to test their geniuses and recruit them early into Qingshan Martial Arts University was their job to begin with. That guy's words really pissed me off. Little Xue, should we beat him up? Ling Qingxue glanced at me. He is an 8th tier warrior. Can you beat him? I sheepishly looked away, then shifted my gaze to the young man behind Gu Qingfeng. That kid is late tier 2. I can definitely beat him flat. Ling Qingxue also shifted her gaze over. Then a strange look flashed in her eyes. Teacher Gu, is the one behind you the genius you admitted early? Hearing Ling Qingxue's question, Gu Qingfeng nodded faintly. That's right. Zhang Quan has now broken through to late tier 2. And his natal beast is also a battle heaven ape with a trace of dragon origin bloodline. With such potential, he qualifies for Qingshan Martial Arts University's admission standard. I want to spar with him. Would that be possible? Ling Qingxue said. Hearing this, a faint smile appeared on Gu Qingfeng's face, but he was not angry. My words just now were indeed unpleasant, but they were the truth. It is not wise for you to express yourself this way. If you spend all your time on cultivation, you may still get into Qingshan Martial Arts University 4 months later. Ling Qingxue also showed a gentle smile. Teacher Gu, you misunderstand. I just want to see how far the current me still is from a true genius, so I can recognize my own strength and push myself to improve. I believe it won't waste too much of your time, Teacher Gu. Let them fight. Shen Lianming's lips curved slightly, her face showing some interest. I like this child's personality. Warriors progress through battle. They understand themselves through battle. Shut door training alone won't make anyone strong. Gu Qingfeng looked somewhat helpless, but we still have quite a few places to visit afterward. If we're too late, other martial arts universities might snatch them up. Shen Lianming smiled faintly. An hour won't make a difference. Zhang Quan, have a spar with him. Show us your potential as well. Let's see. Yes, Teacher Shen. I'll stop once the point is made. I'll try not to hurt student Lin. Zhang Quan nodded, gladly accepting. They soon moved to the Linjiang High School playground. Their actions attracted a crowd of spectators, facing nearly 1,000 onlookers. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. On the contrary, I felt even more excited. Everyone is finally here. Today is the perfect time to show off my stunning looks. I'll shatter everyone's stereotype of me being a scrub. A black line appeared on Ling Qingxue's forehead. You want to fight him just for that? I raised an eyebrow. Otherwise what? Am I just bored? I evolved specifically for this moment, to show my brilliance before others. Zhang Quan looked over at Ling Qingxue. Student Ling, how do you want to spar? Shall we spar one-on-one? Or have a melee with our lifebound beasts? Ling Qingxue grabbed me on her shoulder and tossed me out. A battle between the lifebound beasts. We won't interfere. Hearing this, Zhang Quan was stunned instead. Student Ling, my battle heaven ape's attacks are very strong, and it has a violent temper. I can't guarantee it will hold back. Are you sure you want to compete this way? Ling Qingxue nodded again, her expression remaining unchanged. I'm sure. Let the lifebound beasts fight. My body slowly grew larger, eventually becoming a 3-meter-tall giant beast, ink-like mane dancing in the wind. Not only that, a crimson pattern lit up on my body, adding a touch of majesty. Just fighting someone 2 levels higher. The win rate is 50 to 50. Rounded up, that's a 100% chance. The towering battle heaven ape slowly stepped out from beside Zhang Quan, muscles bulging, radiating a sense of immense power. The battle heaven ape let out a roar. Stupid monkey, come here and let me beat you up. Feeling provoked, the battle heaven ape dashed out like a fiery red blur. I immediately activated the greed skill, and all my attributes began to soar wildly. The devouring power in my body grew even stronger. Fist and claw collided, the impact driving my hind legs deep into the soil. Whoa, you've actually got some strength, I commented. 2 giant figures clashed continuously, either giving in. Zhang Quan frowned, confusion in his eyes. An unknown beast. How could it? despite the level disadvantage. Fight my Battle Heaven Ape to a draw. You force the Battle Heaven Ape to use its bloodline talent. With his command, the bloodline within the Battle Heaven Ape suddenly erupted. Searing blood chi surged from its body, its muscles growing even larger, and its strength increasing significantly. In the center of the playground, the Battle Heaven Ape was covered in blood-red sweat, scorching air venting from its nostrils. Usually, I can fight for half an hour without even panting, but today it's actually this exhausting. I had a confident smile on my face, not red in the face, nor out of breath. I'm a man who can keep his energy gates wide open for 3 hours straight, fighting a war of attrition with a Taotie. Isn't that like lighting a lantern in a toilet? Basically seeking death? Brother, you're way too weak. It's been less than half an hour, and you're already panting like this. All those muscles are just for show. You're not even as good as me, who just eats and sleeps. The Battle Heaven Ape was about to explode with rage, its eyes turning crimson, its terrifying fists swinging in blurs. Forget it, I'm done playing with you. This is boring. My gaze sharpened, activating all the devouring marks within the Battle Heaven Ape. Instantly, the already depleted energy within its body was drained by more than half. The Battle Heaven Ape suddenly seemed drained of all strength, and was then sent flying by one of my slaps, ending the fight. Such a rapid turn of events left everyone unable to react. Zhang Quan looked completely stunned, unable to believe what he saw for a long time. You were too kind. Ling Qingxue's cold voice drifted down. Those few light words nearly crushed Zhang Quan completely. How is this possible? This can't be, Zhang Quan roared. Ling Qingxue curled her lips slightly. Nothing is impossible. Your Battle Heaven Ape has a good foundation, but your attacks are completely haphazard, and you don't know how to conserve stamina. Otherwise, with the Battle Heaven Ape's strength, it could have lasted another 10 minutes. Zhang Quan. Shen Lianming slowly walked over, with a smile on her face. What she said is indeed correct. Your Battle Heaven Ape lacks combat awareness. In a prolonged fight, failure is inevitable. Moreover, the Dragon Ape bloodline within is not activated, meaning you're missing your most powerful killing move. Hearing this, Zhang Quan immediately looked devastated. Shen Lianming frowned slightly. A loss is a loss. What's there to be sad about? What you should think about now is how to improve your weaknesses. Zhang Quan looked up, with a solemn expression. Thank you for your guidance, Teacher Shen. I will train even harder. Shen Lianming looked satisfied. Since you've already been pre-admitted to Qingshan Martial Arts University, we won't simply cancel your eligibility. Don't let a momentary success or failure affect your cultivation. After admonishing Zhang Quan, Shen Lianming finally looked at Ling Qingxue and me, a sharp glint appearing in her eyes. Student Ling, I apologize for the words. That teacher Gu Qifeng spoke unintentionally. Qingshan Martial Arts University's philosophy is to cultivate excellent warriors. Pre-admissions are mostly determined by rank. This approach now seems to have some loopholes. I will report this to my superiors. We will optimize the screening process in the future. As she spoke, she took an admission letter from her storage ring. Now, on behalf of Qingshan Martial Arts University, I sincerely invite you to join us, and we have tentatively designated you as an S-rank talent. After enrollment, you can receive for free every year cultivation resources worth 100 million. If your natal beast requires special evolution materials, Qingshan Martial Arts University will use its influence to find them for you. I wonder if you are willing? Looking at that admission letter that only appeared in their dreams, the Linjian High School students on the field were red-eyed with envy. Seeing the admission letter with the S mark in front of her, Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. I'm sorry, Teacher Shen. I already have another target university. Thank you for your appreciation. As soon as these words were spoken, everyone fell silent. The entire field was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Shen Lianming didn't expect Ling Qingxue to refuse. A flash of surprise crossed her eyes, but she quickly regained her composure. Student Ling, this S-rank admission opportunity is very rare. If you miss this chance, the competition for the National Martial Arts exam in 4 months will only be more intense. Gu Qifeng stepped forward, looking up at Ling Qingxue. Student Ling, is it because of my previous attitude that you think Qingshan Martial Arts University is arrogant, and that's why you refuse? No, Ling Qingxue answered calmly. Hearing this, Gu Qifeng became even more confused. Is it that you feel S-rank isn't enough, or that the cultivation resources are insufficient? These are all negotiable. If you have other requests, you can bring them up. It's not because of resources or talent rank. I already have a university in mind, and I have been working hard toward it. Challenging your school's pre-admitted students was only to verify the gap between me and others. That's all. As for the previous attitude teacher Gu mentioned, Ling Qingxue gave a faint smile. The strong naturally possess privileges. What you did was not wrong. Gu Qingfeng and Shen Lianming looked at each other, both with a look of disbelief in their eyes. Shen Lianming gave a bitter smile. Then she took back the admission letter. Before long, Shen Lianming and Gu Qingfeng left with Zhang Quan. Before leaving, Zhang Quan looked back at Ling Qingxue. Thank you for the guidance today. If there's a chance in the future, I'll come find you to spar again. Until the three of them left, Lu Qishan and Wang Jianming finally let out a heavy sigh. Wang Jianming frowned deeply while looking at Ling Qingxue. Qingxue, in the National Martial Arts exam, you'll be competing against over 10 million warriors nationwide. Among them are those with top backgrounds and peerless talent. You've given up such a great opportunity. You'll regret it later. Ling Qingxue smiled faintly. I won't. Every choice I make is carefully considered. Wang Jianming suddenly didn't know what to say, but Lu Qingshan laughed. You earned this all yourself. You have the right to accept or refuse. But I want to know, what is your target university? At least give this old man some mental preparation. Beibin Martial Arts University, Ling Qingxue replied. Holy shit. Shouts of holy shit swept across the school like waves on the playground. Lu Qingshan stared at Ling Qingxue for a long time, unable to snap out of it. Your goal is a bit high, but I respect your choice. Lu Qingshan gave a bitter smile. Had I known you already had a goal, I wouldn't have gone through the trouble of begging others to secure an early admission opportunity at Qingshan Martial Arts University. The principal is just doing it for my own good. Qingxue understood. Come with me. The thing you wanted has just arrived. Lu Qingshan spoke with a smile. He walked with a brisk pace. Hearing that the item had arrived, I also became excited. The skeleton of the black flame fire phoenix, containing a faint trace of phoenix bloodline. Ling Qingxue immediately followed, entering the Linjiang High School warehouse. 5 meters tall, a pitch-black skeleton with a 10-meter wingspan was placed here. Eerie black flames were still burning atop the skeleton. I kept examining the black flame fire phoenix skeleton. My eyes were full of excitement. Lu Qingshan looked at Ling Qingxue. You exchanged for this unknown avian demonic beast skeleton to evolve your lifebound demonic beast, right? Ling Qingxue nodded slightly. Ordinary Earth-grade resources can't help me much. If I can make my lifebound demonic beast evolve, I will have a better chance. Lu Qingshan smiled. You are very smart, but I suggest you wait until your lifebound demonic beast level increases a bit more. The higher the level, the higher the success rate of evolution. If you miss this opportunity, I'm afraid it will have a significant impact. I understand. Thank you for the reminder, Principal. Lu Qingshan gave a few more reminders. Then he left the warehouse to Ling Qingxue. I immediately pounced on it and began gnawing on the black flame fire phoenix skeleton. TSK. So hard. This is the first time I've encountered something I completely cannot bite through. The black flame fire phoenix was, after all, a 6th rank demonic beast. Your current level is too low. Just change your size to the maximum. Then tear its bones apart and swallow them one by one. Ling Qingxue reminded. I smacked my lips. Then I activated the size at will skill. The larger the size, the faster I can eat. I still need to level up a few more times in the future, I muttered. The next moment, my size surged to be roughly the same as the black flame fire phoenix. Swallowing its skeleton became much easier. Another round of frantic eating. In just about 10 minutes, I swallowed the entire black flame fire phoenix skeleton. Ding! Consumed the skeleton of the 6th rank early stage demonic beast, Black Flame Fire Phoenix. Estimated 7 days to complete digestion. Whoa, it actually takes 7 days. I was shocked. This is the first time it's taken this long to digest. How long will it take to finish devouring? Ling Qingxue asked curiously. About a week. Ling Qingxue nodded secretly. Not bad. A bit faster than I expected. Exactly 1 week later is when the City Lord's Manor Secret Realm opens. At that time, we can kill the demonic beasts inside the secret realm again. Little Xue, how should we deal with the Thunder Mercenary group now? I asked. Ling Qingxue curled her lips, a smile in her eyes. Don't worry, they won't dare to disturb us again. Thunder Mercenary Group Headquarters. Lei Tianmao sat in the chair, his face full of gloom and hatred. Brother, what do we do now? Ling Qingxue took first place in the Linjiang High School mock exam, broke through to a Tier 2 martial artist, and even defeated the Qingshan Martial Arts University University. Tier 2 late-stage preparatory student, Lei Ming asked with a bitter face. Lei Tianbao gritted his teeth, his eyes full of hatred. Brother, stop spacing out. We must get rid of her as soon as possible. Otherwise, with her talent, she will definitely reach 7th rank martial artist or above in the future. Our Thunder Mercenary group will be finished, Lei Ming urged. Lei Tianbao's gaze turned cold. He swung his hand and slapped his own younger brother away. Why don't you go kill her? Can you even do it? Lu Nadong is a 5th rank martial artist. The City Lord's manor also specifically sent guards to watch Linjiang High School. Lei Ming covered his face, kneeling on the ground, feeling incredibly wrong. Lei Tianbao let out a breath, a cold light in his eyes. You're coming with me today. Go apologize to Ling Qingxue and make peace. You must obtain her forgiveness. Lei Ming widened his eyes, his face full of disbelief. Impossible. Never in this lifetime. You want me to apologize to the little thief who stole my star stone? You might as well just kill me. Lei Tianbao's expression turned cold. He tossed a dagger in front of him. If you are unwilling to go, then use this dagger to kill yourself. I'll drag your corpse there. Lei Ming swallowed hard. Only now did he realize his brother wasn't joking. Does it have to be this way? Lei Ming asked through gritted teeth. Lei Tianbao nodded indifferently. It must be. Lei Tianbao glanced at him. Don't even think about revenge. If you get killed, I will disown you as my brother in front of everyone. If you want to die, don't take me down with you. I am only your brother, not your father. Lei Ming slammed his fist hard onto the ground. His eyes were bloodshot. I will go apologize with you, and I promise not to seek revenge again. That's more like it. Go get ready. Follow me to Linjiang High School shortly. Don't mess this up. At the entrance of Linjiang High School, Lei Tianbao arrived here with Lei Ming, while Zhang Jingyuan had already arrived. He stared coldly at Lei Tianbao, a hint of threat in his eyes. Lei Tianbao, you are a smart man. As such, you should know how to choose. Miss Ling is not someone you can afford to offend. Lei Tianbao lowered his gaze. He wasn't angry. Instead, he began to smile. Commander Zhang is right. That's why I brought Lei Ming here to apologize. I misunderstood Miss Ling last time. To express my apologies, I have come personally to apologize to her. Zhang Jingyuan smiled. Then he patted Lei Tianbao on the shoulder. You truly deserve your rise from a street thug to the leader of the Thunder Mercenary group, knowing when to yield and when to stand firm. This commander admires you. At this moment, Ling Qingxue walked out slowly with me. Little Xue, the Thunder Mercenary group is probably here to apologize, right? He wouldn't dare make a move in front of the old principal. Ling Qingxue smiled faintly. Most likely. He can't kill me, but he fears my potential. He has no choice but to reconcile. Upon seeing Ling Qingxue, Lei Tianbao immediately stepped forward and bowed slightly. His attitude was very respectful. Some misunderstandings occurred with Miss Ling a few days ago. My brother has been spoiled by me, and he's become far too arrogant. I've come specifically today to apologize to Miss Ling. I hope Miss Ling can forgive him. While speaking, Lei Tianbao gave Lei Ming a cold glare. Receiving the look, Lei Ming immediately walked over. He followed Lei Tianbao's lead and bowed. Just as he was about to apologize, he was startled by Lei Tianbao's sudden voice. Kneel, kneel, making him kneel before a mere tier 2 brat. Kneel down right now. Lei Tianbao's voice rang out a second time, his tone leaving no room for doubt. Lei Ming gritted his teeth hard, and finally, his knees hit the ground heavily. This act of kneeling completely stunned everyone. Lei Ming knelt before Ling Qingxue, clenching his teeth, and spoke slowly after a long pause. I misunderstood Miss Ling before. Please forgive me, Miss Ling. Ling Qingxue looked up and scanned the two of them, her expression very calm. Since it was a misunderstanding, a clear explanation is enough. There is no need to kneel. Stop blocking the school gate. Lei Tianbao smiled and kicked Lei Ming. Miss Ling has already forgiven your mistake. Behave yourself from now on. Let's go back. Thank you for your generosity, Miss Ling. Lei Ming stood up, then stumbled away and disappeared into the crowd. Lei Tianbao took out a storage ring and handed it to Ling Qingxue with a smile. I apologize for the fright you suffered previously. It was my fault for not confirming the situation beforehand. I've specially prepared some gifts this time, as compensation for your mental distress. If Miss Ling ever has a need for me, Lei Tianbao, please just say the word. I certainly won't refuse. Ling Qingxue accepted the storage ring. Colonel Lei, you're overstating it. Let's put this matter behind us. I wish Colonel Lei prosperity in his martial arts. Then I will also take this chance to wish Miss Ling success in entering a top martial arts university. After everything was done, Lei Tianbao slowly left under everyone's gaze. Zhang Jingyuan slowly walked toward Ling Qingxue. Miss Ling, the City Lord sent me to pick you up. The secret realm of the City Lord's manor will open on time this afternoon. Is now a convenient time for you? Ling Qingxue nodded slightly. Then she got into the car with Zhang Jingyuan. Little Xue, do we still need to get revenge on the Thunder Mercenary group? Ling Qingxue shook her head calmly. He has already bowed his head. We don't need to push things further. If pushed too far, even an honest person will pick up a knife to kill. Not to mention, he is even more troublesome than an honest person. Ding. Digestion of rank 6 early stage Black Flame Fire Phoenix Bones complete. Strength plus 360. Defense plus 320. Speed plus 420. Spirit plus 200. Black Flame Phoenix Wings. A pair of phoenix wings burning with black flames grew. Can be used for flight and attack. Black flames can cause damage. Speed and power increase as the user's level increases. Ding. Congratulations to the host for breaking through to rank 2 middle stage. Just as we got out of the car, I jumped off Ling Qingxue's shoulder. My size returned to normal. A tingling pain emanated from my shoulder blades. It felt as if something was about to grow out. Zhang Jingyuan stood there, looking bewildered. Then he looked at Ling Qingxue. Miss Ling, what happened to your natal demon beast? Ling Qingxue sighed. Her expression held a hint of helplessness. Just now, she received another surge of massive, pure blood essence. Sorry, Commander Zhang. My demon beast should be evolving. Please give me some time. Hearing this, Zhang Jingyuan and the guards beside him looked at each other in confusion. It's still early. Please take your time, Miss Ling. Zhang Jingyuan suppressed the shock in his heart. Thank you, Commander Zhang. Ling Qingxue thanked him. On the ground, my 4 claws gripped the ground tightly. A terrifying power surged within my body. A pair of wings burning with black flames suddenly grew from my shoulder blades. About 3 meters wide, streamlined, with a deep, mysterious beauty. Roar! I roared out in pure exhilaration. Flapping my wings, I was like a bolt of black lightning, as expected of a special demon beast with a trace of phoenix bloodline. Even though the energy in the bones had mostly dissipated over years of death, they could still provide me with so many attribute points, especially these black flame phoenix wings. With wings, my speed disadvantage is no longer a disadvantage. Let me quickly check my system panel. I was incredibly excited. Host, Wu Liang, Demon Beast, Gluttonous Beast, Next Form, Shushan Beast. Evolution value required, 5,000. Rank 2 middle stage. Talent, Devour all things, 100%. Bloodline, Intermediate 2-star. Attack, 1,220. Defense, 1,320. Speed, 1,180. Spirit, 660. Attack speed, 1,220. Taotie's stomach LV.8. Greed LV.6. Damage reduction LV.6. Size manipulation LV.4. Extraordinary smell LV.5. Devouring mark LV.1. Special Crimson Sun mark. Black flame phoenix wings. Except for spirit, all my 3 main attributes have exceeded 1,000. Moreover, the black flame phoenix wings, like the Crimson Sun mark, are special items I obtained through the Taotie bloodline's devouring and fusion. They are not considered skills. So cool. Now, isn't the Emperor just a unit of measurement before me? Hearing this, Ling Qingxue's face immediately darkened. She raised her hand and patted my head. Commander Zhang, my monster evolution is complete. We can go in now. Zhang Jingyuan swallowed hard. For the first time, he felt so envious. Please, Miss Ling. The city lord and his daughter are already waiting. I shrank my size again. This time, I flew directly onto Ling Qingxue's shoulder. Being able to fly is awesome. Walking into the city lord's manor, the energy in the air was denser than outside. Seeing Ling Qingxue arrive, Zhao Xian walked over with a smile. Qingxue, you've come at just the right time. In a little while, we'll be able to enter the secret realm. Coincidentally, when my father opened the realm last year, he caught some monsters and put them inside. And this time, only we will enter. Ling Qingxue looked surprised. Isn't this secret realm specifically for the city guards training? A tall figure stepped out, with a smile on his face. To be able to help a genius who is about to enter the national top 3 martial arts universities. It is my honor, Zhao Tianlan. I opened the realm specifically for Miss Ling and my daughter this time. I will reopen it next month for the city guards to train, to avoid any interference. Ling Qingxue looked deeply at Zhao Tianlan. Thank you, City Lord, for providing this opportunity. I will definitely cherish it, Ling Qingxue said gratefully. Zhao Tianlan laughed. Haha, Linjiang City only has this many resources. It can't compare to other cities. This is all I can do for you. No need for thanks. In the future, if there's anything I can help with, just tell my daughter. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly. Zhao Xian and I are friends. Naturally, We should help each other. Those words are enough. Student Ling and my daughter, please sit here first. I'll send someone to open the secret realm. The realm will close in 10 days. Exactly the same as Linjiang High School. Remember not to miss the time. Zhao Xian smiled. I originally planned to train with you, but now it seems I shouldn't crowd you. Let's train separately after entering the realm. Ling Qingxue looked puzzled. Why? Zhao Xian gave a helpless smile. Your current strength is too great. I'm afraid if I go with you, it'll just be a formality. Entering the realm would be pointless for me. I also want to push myself to see if I can get into a better martial arts university. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly, with admiration in her eyes. Martial cultivation is fundamentally about striving. Striving against heaven for luck. Striving against earth for fortune. Striving against others for life and death. To become strong, one must strive. Your talent is actually very good. It's just that you lack real experience due to your status. Zhao Xian took a deep breath. To be honest, you really don't seem like an 18-year-old high school student. You're more like a seasoned warrior. Ling Qingxue curled her lips into a smile. Her smile was gentle. You will have that day too. Then you will also be a powerful warrior who doesn't need parental protection. Learn to be harder on yourself. A warrior's spine cannot be crushed. Ling Qingxue stood up, heading towards the entrance of the secret realm. Her figure vanished from Zhao Xian's sight. Zhao Tianlan nodded secretly. His eyes were full of gratification. Zhang Jingyuan scratched his head. Neither Miss Ling nor her natal beast is simple. I really look forward to the time they make a name for themselves in Great Xia. The scene shifts. Ling Qingxue and I appeared inside the city lord's secret realm. Let's go, little Xue. Let's find those spiritual herbs you mentioned first. Then we'll go kill some monsters before the national martial arts exam. I must evolve once more, I urged. Although the next evolution to Shushan Beast requires 5,000 evolution points, but there are nearly 4 months left. It shouldn't be hard to gather them. Little Xue, hurry up and get on Grandpa's back. This time, Grandpa will take you flying. My size began to increase. A pair of wings burning with black flames spread open, exuding a powerful presence. Ling Qingxue felt tempted, and then she sat on top. My flying speed was very fast, fully capable of rivaling a third-tier monster. Combined with the abundant energy in my body, I could fly for a long time, which greatly accelerated our monster slaying, and the speed of finding spiritual herbs. Land on that peak ahead. There is a good spiritual herb there, and there's also a guardian monster, Ling Qingxue said. Over. Let's head down. A black shadow descended rapidly, finally landing steadily on the ground. I absolutely love these black flame phoenix wings. They allow me to fly, but most importantly, they look cool. Even the female beasts on the ground get heart eyes. In the end, I slashed them with a wing strike. Ding! Consumed a mid-stage rank 2 earth armor lizard. Estimated digestion time, 2 hours. Little Xue, you break through your mental power here. I'll go hunt some demonic beasts myself. Ling Qingxue nodded, but before she could speak, I had already vanished. Ling Qingxue plucked a snow lotus from the mountain peak. She rinsed it with clear water and put it in her mouth. Just as the effects of the ethereal snow lotus were about to fade, Ling Qingxue immediately took out the spirit-nourishing pill from her storage ring. Now was the perfect opportunity to break through to a rank 2 spirit master. A black beastly shadow came rushing from afar, still grumbling and cursing. Ling Qingxue's lips curled into a mysterious smile. What's wrong? Did you encounter a troublesome beast? I raised my claw and scratched my head, with a look of embarrassment on my face. I ran into a tough nut to crack. I need little Xue to help me with a spirit array. Ling Qingxue asked in confusion. What kind of beast? With your strength, you should be able to fight even a peak rank 2, right? True, but it's because my mental power is too low. I encountered a 4-tailed fox with powerful mental energy. The moment I got within a kilometer, it sensed me. Then, it felt like I had been fed fake liquor. My head felt dizzy. I couldn't even see the path clearly, so I had to come to you for help. Ling Qingxue's willow-like eyebrows arched slightly. Was the fox you saw pure white, without a single speck of other color on its body, and with a mark between its brows? My eyes lit up. Little Xue, you know that beast? The heaven-bewildering white fox, and a 4-tailed one at that. It is a pure mental attribute demonic beast. Ling Qingxue smiled. She lightly leaped onto my back. Let's go take a look. That heaven-bewildering white fox's mental power should currently exceed mine. If its bloodline is pure enough, it might help me use a secret technique to open the Spirit Master's heavenly eye early. Flying in midair, I turned back in confusion. What is the Spirit Master's heavenly eye? Little Xue, Are you going to grow a third eye? No way. I don't agree. That would ruin the aesthetics. Your face belongs to me. Ling Qingxue's smile instantly froze. She secretly wanted to just poison me mute. A beast acting like a domineering CEO. The Spirit Master's heavenly eye is a void spirit eye that a Spirit Master can condense only after breaking through to Tier 3. Unlike normal eyes, it is not a physical object. It is also called the mind's eye. It is formed by the condensation of mental power. It can provide powerful assistance to a Spirit Master. We soon arrived at the destination. A white little fluff ball resting 1,000 meters away. The little fluff ball was the heaven-bewildering white fox. Ling Qingxue released her mental power to probe ahead. As soon as her mental power entered the other's range, the heaven-bewildering white fox woke up. Its cold beastly eyes stared intently at Ling Qingxue. After a simple probe, Ling Qingxue withdrew her mental power. The bloodline is quite good. Enough for me to use the secret technique to open the heavenly eye. However, it is a peak rank 2 mental type beast. Killing it might be a bit troublesome. Can't you use a spirit array to restrict that little fox? I asked curiously. Ling Qingxue looked helpless. Of course I could restrict it, but it is a mental type beast. Its mental power is even stronger than mine. It can spot my spirit array at a glance. It won't fall for it. No matter how strong my array is, it's useless. Then isn't there no way to kill it? Ling Qingxue's gaze sharpened. Then she placed a spirit array on me. I've placed a god-suppressing spirit array on you. It can reduce the mental attacks you receive. You just need to continuously inject mental power to maintain it. Later, you go and fight the heaven-bewildering white fox. Leave the rest to me. I nodded. Then I flapped my black flame phoenix wings and flew out. Boom! I flapped my wings with all my might, pushing my speed to a whole new level. In a few breaths, I was right in front of the heaven-bewildering white fox. The heaven-bewildering white fox used its old trick again, but this time, I was clearly not as passive as before. My body froze for only a moment before returning to normal. Then I struck down with a claw. The heaven-bewildering white fox's fur stood on end. It retreated violently to avoid the hit. After I activated my greed skill, combat power approaching a Tier 2 peak demon beast, the heaven-bewildering white fox let out 2 sharp shrieks. Its eyes were filled with rage. I licked my lips. What a cute little thing. Hurry up and get into my mouth. It's warm in here. A mental attack descended upon me. The god-suppressing spirit array blocked part of it. Damage reduction skills blocked another part. The remaining damage wasn't enough to actually hurt me. I recovered normally after just shaking my head. Realizing this, the heaven-bewildering white fox lost the will to fight. It immediately fled backward. As it was escaping, a slender figure blocked its path. At the same time, she formed a hand seal. A torrent of mental energy surged from her body. 4 symbols spirit binding array. Her red lips parted slightly. Phantoms of the 4 symbols appeared within 100 meters. The mental energy within the array began to be suppressed by divine might. Hurry up. I can only trap it for 10 breaths, Ling Qingxue said in a deep voice. I didn't hold back at all. I drove the power within my body to the limit. Then I swung my claw and slashed fiercely at the heaven-bewildering white fox. The heaven-bewildering white fox resisted desperately. It began to frantically activate its bloodline power. The shimmering white mental energy almost materialized. A fierce white fox phantom appeared behind it. Boom! As the dust cleared, the heaven-bewildering white fox lay peacefully on the ground. It had already stopped breathing. Its mental energy was suppressed. It had no chance of winning in a head-on clash with me. The bloodline talent skill it used at the end was like activating a berserk summoner spell, just a symbolic burst of rage before death. Finally, I put in quite a bit of effort. Ling Qingxue withdrew her mental energy. Her face was slightly pale. My spirit master level is still too low. Deploying just a high-rank Earth-grade spirit array is this exhausting. She wiped the sweat from her forehead. She slowly walked up to the heaven-bewildering white fox. She took out a dagger, stabbed its heart, and extracted the essence blood. You can eat the rest. I need to use a secret technique to open the Spirit Master's heavenly eye. You can kill and eat demon beasts yourself, Ling Qingxue said. I swallowed it in one gulp. A look of enjoyment appeared on my face. This meat is indeed much more delicious than ordinary demon beasts. Consume Tier 2 peak heaven-bewildering white fox. Estimated digestion time, 6 hours. I need to be faster. The secret realm will close in 5 days. I've only gained 700 evolution points so far. I need to earn at least 1,500 evolution points here. I soared into the air once more, vanishing from the spot. The scene shifts. Back to Linjiang High School. 3 giant avian demon beasts slowly descended. 3 people stepped down from the birds' backs. When Lu Qinshan saw the visitors, his expression immediately soured. Lin Jinnan walked over with a smile. He shook hands with Lu Qingxue. Principal Lu, I've heard about student Ling Qingxue. For Linjiang High School to produce such a genius, next year's education funding will be tripled. Additionally, I've specially brought the latest model of the virtual evolution Heaven Mirror to help student Ling Qingxue with her final sprint before the martial arts exam. Quickly, let me meet this genius. Hearing the words, Virtual Evolution Heaven Mirror, Lu Qingxue immediately looked delighted. Ha! Director Lin, please come in. We can talk as we walk. Lu Qingxue enthusiastically led Lin Jinan into the school, completely ignoring Zhang Tiancheng and Shen Kanwu. Zhang Tiancheng's expression turned sour. He muttered a curse. Just lucky enough to have a genius. Nothing more than gold in a sewer. Shen Kanwu glanced at him. Stop talking nonsense. Director Lin values Ling Qingxue greatly. Your attitude might provoke him. Besides, Ling Qingxue's talent is indeed high. Even at my Lingtian High School, she would rank in the top 3. She is worth a high price. Zhang Tiancheng sneered. I've come prepared this time. You won't be able to outbid me. With that, he walked into Linjiang High School on his own. Some students were already used to this scene. Our school beauty Ling is too awesome. I heard that Manhwa High School has 2 or 3 people who get into the top 3 martial arts universities every year, and 20 to 30 people get into the top 10. If school beauty Ling went to Manhwa High School, she would really have a chance to enter Beiming Martial Arts University. Bullshit. School beauty Ling is definitely not that kind of person. Heh. Is face more important? Or is the path of martial arts more important? Who would give up a better opportunity? I still believe school beauty Ling isn't ungrateful. Even if she's at Linjiang High School, school beauty Ling can still get into Beiming Martial Arts University. By now, we have completed the trial. Zhao Xian followed us out of the secret realm. She was covered in wounds, her face pale, but her eyes were bright. A fight with no way back really does bring out one's potential. With the resources from the City Lord's mansion, I can break through to the early stage of the Tier 2 martial artist within 10 days. Ling Qingxue smiled at her. Remember, too much can be counterproductive. Don't engage in such high-intensity combat for the next half-month. Human bodies aren't like those of demonic beasts. Zhao Xian smiled back. I know. As for which martial arts university I can get into, I no longer care. As long as I give it my all and have no regrets. Zhao Tianlan looked at his daughter, with heartache in his eyes, but more so with pride. Old Zhang, please take student Ling back to school. Old Lu has already asked me 800 times. Leaving the City Lord's mansion, on the way back to Linjiang High School, Ling Qingxue looked at Zhang Jingyuan. Commander Zhang, did something happen at school? Zhang Jingyuan smiled. It's nothing major. It's just that the director of the Education Bureau of Nanchuan Province has arrived. Additionally, Shen Kanwu, the principal of Lingtian High School, has also come. I assume they came from Miss Ling. As expected, they're trying to poach her. The attention from defeating Zhang Quan came faster than I imagined. Miss Ling, if you could study at another high school, would you be willing to go? Zhang Jingyuan asked casually. Ling Qingxue shook her head calmly. No, I will only be a student of Linjiang High School. That is my bottom line. A martial artist must be true to their heart. The car slowly stopped outside the school gate. Miss Ling, I wish you success in your martial arts and great exam results, and clear the stigma that Nanchuan Province has no top geniuses. Ling Qingxue turned around, showing a smile. I will do my best. I also wish Commander Zhang success in his martial arts. Just as she entered the school gate, Lu Qingxue came forward with a face full of smiles. Good, very good. Your strength has improved significantly again. Your natal beast is only 1 step away from the late stage of the 2nd rank. Principal, did someone come to poach me? Ling Qingxue asked. Lu Qingxue nodded with a smile. Yes. That scoundrel Zhang Tiancheng was yelled away by me. But this time it's a bit different. Come on, I'll explain as we walk. This is a great opportunity for your final sprint. The Tier 2 Ed High School in Nanchuan Province, Lingtian High School, intends for you to go there as an exchange student. You can study there for the remaining 3+ months, and Shen Kanwu promised to provide you with the highest level of training. Are you willing to go, exchange student? Right before the National Martial Arts exam, doing something so demanding yet thankless. What's the point, principal? Are you sure? Ling Qingxue asked in confusion. Lu Qingxue nodded with a smile. I'm sure. Director Lin and Principal Shen are just ahead. You'll understand when you see them. Entering the meeting room, Lin Jinan and Shen Tsongwu's gazes instantly locked onto me. Student Ling Qingxue, it's a pleasure to meet you, the two of them said with smiles. I am also pleased to meet Director Lin and Principal Shen. Lu invited us to sit down. Ling Qingxue looked at Shen Kanwu. Let's get straight to the point. Principal Shen, I just heard from the principal that you agreed to let me study at Lingtian High School. Shen Kanwu nodded slightly. That's correct. I proposed this. At the same time, I will give you the highest standard of training conditions at Lingtian High School. You don't need to transfer to our school, but only go as an exchange student. Such a windfall must have a reason. May I know the reason? Shen Kanwu sighed. Nanchuan province hasn't seen a top genius for too many years. Now that student Ling has great potential, it would be impossible to let it go to waste. That's why I proposed the exchange student idea. Of course, I, Shen Kanwu, am not truly that selfless. I also hope to benefit from student Ling's success in the future, and I intend to use student Ling to motivate the students of my school. So, is student Ling willing to go and study at Lingtian High School for 3 months? I will personally escort student Ling back to Lingjiang High School before the National Martial Arts exam. This proposal, Ling Qingxue had no reason to refuse. Qingxue is willing, but Qingxue has 2 requests. Shen Kanwu looked pleasantly surprised. Please speak, student Ling. As long as it's within my power, there's no problem. First, I have unfinished business in Linjiang City. I can only go to Lingtian Middle School in half a month. Second, my lifebound demon beast wants to grow quickly. It needs to fight and devour other demon beasts. Therefore, I need to enter all the existing secret realms at Lingtian Middle School. Shen Kanwu immediately agreed. No problem. The secret realms are easy to arrange. The last 3 months at Lingtian Middle School are for the final sprint. Almost every day, a secret realm opens. Student Ling can freely choose which realm to enter. Ling Qingxue looked grateful. Thank you, Principal Shen. I can finish my business in half a month. I will report to Lingtian Middle School on my own then. There's no need for Principal Shen to make another trip. Lin Zhennan immediately disagreed. That won't do. Although student Ling's strength is not low, she is still just a high school student. Reporting alone is too dangerous. As it happens, I'm not busy for the next month. I'm on a business trip in Linjiang City. I'll personally escort her there. During this time, I can also see how Principal Lu educated a genius like student Ling. Then it's settled. I hope Qingxue gets great results in the martial arts exam, and slaps the faces of those who look down on our Nanchuan province. Ling Qingxue stood up, and bowed to the 3 of them. I will work hard. I will not let you down. Inside the dormitory, I lay sprawled across Ling Qingxue's bed. Little Xue, serve me well now, and in 3 months, I'll bring back first place for you. Ling Qingxue curled her lips. How about a bet? I was immediately interested. A bet it is. If I win, you sleep with me. If I lose, I sleep with you. Ling Qingxue rolled her eyes. Let's bet on whether you can lead me to first place. If you succeed, I'll listen to you from now on. If you fail, then you'll listen to me. I agreed instantly. This time, we're fighting for the dominant position in the house. If I win, you must obey me completely. If I tell you to lie on your back, you can't lie on your stomach. Got it? Ling Qingxue's face darkened. Can you stop talking so much nonsense? I gave a light snort. Ling Qingxue ignored me, and closed her eyes to cultivate. Little Xue, you asked to go to Lingtian Middle School in half a month. Is it because you want to visit that secret realm before leaving? Ling Qingxue opened her eyes. If we go to Lingtian Middle School, I'm afraid we won't have time to check out that secret realm. But I have a feeling there will definitely be surprises in that realm. We cannot miss that secret realm. Those dragon remains are the perfect opportunity for both of us to improve significantly. How much more energy do you need for your next evolution? I curled my lip, looking helpless. Still a long way to go. I hope there are more spiritual herbs in that realm. That way, I might have a chance to evolve. Otherwise, I'll have to rely on Lingtian Middle School's realms. The next day, Ling Qingxue went straight out of the school. We know Lu Qinshan and Lin Zhennan will definitely follow us. They are doing it to keep us safe. Entrance to the Qingyuan forest. A month later, the difference in strength between Ling Qingxue and me was vast. Little Xue, do you think I'll be even handsomer after evolving again? Do you think the hair on my head looks cooler? Or would red be cooler? Ling Qingxue was somewhat helpless. Is the only reason you evolved to be handsomer? Of course, whether I evolve or not, I'm still just as strong. Since I've come to this world, I must naturally spread my peerless beauty to every corner of this world. Then dye it green. I think green is the handsomest. I'll dye it yellow instead. Yellow hair is a bit cooler. Boom. A bolt of lightning struck without warning. I quickly dodged. Damn it. That apology from the Lei Tianbao was indeed hypocritical. The principal should have just chopped them up. Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. It's not Lei Tianbao. It should be Lei Meng. Just as she spoke, Lei Meng's figure appeared, staring at us with a cold gaze. Ling Qingxue sighed. I expected you would come to kill me. If you retreat now, you can still live. But Raymond laughed maniacally. Retreat? Why should I retreat? I am a tier 3 warrior. You are merely tier 2. What right do you have to make me retreat? Now kneel and beg me. Beg me to spare your life. As long as you beg, I will let you live. Ling Qingxue's expression was calm, completely unmoved. What use is this pride of yours? So what if you are a genius? In front of me, you are still just an ant. Zhang Jingyuan isn't here, nor is Lu Qingshan. How can you possibly resist me? Today, if you don't kneel, you die. Ling Qingxue felt somewhat disappointed. You are not as good as your brother. Raymond grew even more furious. Shut up. Lei Tianbao is just a coward. A dignified mid-4th stage warrior, leader of the Thunder mercenary group, actually bowed and apologized to a little girl like you. No matter how genius you are, until you've grown, you're still just an ant. Raymond unleashed a bolt of lightning at Ling Qingxue. The lightning struck to her left, only 3 inches away. Why aren't you afraid? He trembled with rage. Is it just because you are a genius, and we are ordinary, that you can insult us as you please? The star stone was clearly a treasure I found. What right did you have to steal it? What right did you have to make me kneel in public? Ling Qingxue looked at him calmly, as if seeing her former self. This is the law of survival in this world. The strong prey on the weak. I was the one who took the star stone. Since I could take it with my own strength, then it belongs to me. The one who made you kneel was your brother, not me. Raymond laughed in anger. I don't care about survival laws, or the strong preying on the weak. I only know that I am stronger than you. I only know that you made me lose all face, and robbed me of the hope to break through to the 4th stage. Therefore you must die. Raymond's body surged with lightning, attacking Ling Qingxue with all his might. The thunder eagle in the sky also dove down. Right then, a figure descended from the sky, knocking the thunder eagle away, and steadily catching Raymond's fist. It was Lei Tianbao. Brother, even you are stopping me? We are blood brothers. Lu Qingshan isn't here either. I can definitely kill her. Lei Tianbao slapped him away with one palm, then turned to apologize to Ling Qingxue. My apologies, Miss Ling. My brother has gone mad. I will handle everything, and will certainly give you a satisfactory explanation. If you are in a hurry, Miss Ling, you may leave first. Ling Qingxue nodded slightly, and left immediately. You're not allowed to leave. Come back here, Raymond roared. Lei Tianbao kicked him away. Lei Tianbao, you're just a coward. You're just a piece of trash. You don't even dare kill a tier 2 warrior. You don't deserve to be my brother. Lei Tianbao slowly approached him, lifted him up, his gaze cold. You're right. I am trash and a coward. But so what? I have the right to choose my own way of living in this world. It is precisely by relying on the reputation of a coward and trash that I have achieved what I have today. But you've been under my wings since you were a child. Was I too good to you, making you think I would indulge you infinitely? Raymond grit his teeth. Even without you, I could have achieved everything I have now on my own. I have more guts than you. Lei Tianbao smiled, a very bitter smile. Little brother, perhaps I really was wrong in the past. I only taught you how to become strong, but I didn't teach you how to see this world clearly, or how to see yourself clearly in the next life. If there is still a chance, I will teach you then. Raymond's eyes widened. You're going to kill me? I am your own biological brother. Lei Tianbao, you're going to kill me for a little girl? Lei Tianbao raised his hand and rubbed his head. You chose this path yourself. You can't blame anyone else. I told you to kneel to save your life, but you refused. At this moment, Lei Meng finally knew fear. Brother, I was wrong. Spare me this once. I will never lay a finger on Ling Qingxue again. I'll leave Linjiang City. Lei Tianbao crushed his head instantly. It's not that I don't want to spare you, but you can't survive this. I told you, I am just your brother, not your father. I shouldn't be responsible for your life. After Lei Meng died, Lu Qingshan and Lin Jinan finally emerged. Lei Tianbao, you are a smart man. It wasn't easy for you to get to where you are today. You should know which choice is the correct one. Lu Qingshan spoke. Lei Tianbao turned around. I know, of course. That's why I killed him with my own hands, to prevent him from harming Miss Ling again. Since he wanted to die, I sent him on his way. You may leave. This is the last time. Keep your Thunder mercenary group in check. Lei Tianbao shouldered Lei Meng's corpse, and walked away step by step. Lin Jinan frowned slightly. Old Lu, why didn't we get rid of him as well? After all, he is a tier 4 martial artist. If he were to act against Qingxue, Lu Qingshan smiled. He won't. He's not a fool like Lei Meng. to be honest. If Lei Tianbao's martial arts talent were a bit better, his achievements wouldn't be low. Let's go see what Qingxue is actually trying to do. I'm still a bit curious. Lu Qingshan laughed. The two followed us until I entered a cave, and my presence completely vanished. They looked at each other, filled with shock. A secret realm. There's actually an undeveloped secret realm here, Lin Jinan said in surprise. A Tier 2 martial artist pioneering a secret realm. Isn't she being a bit too reckless? Lin Jinan smiled bitterly. Qingxue must be confident, otherwise she wouldn't be so rash. Lin Jinan's eyes widened. If your hands weren't shaking, I would believe you. I'm just getting old. Maybe it's a bit of Parkinson's. Anyway, just trust the child Qingxue. She has a clear plan for her future. She won't do anything without preparation. At this time, inside the secret realm, endless yellow sands stretched as far as the eye could see. Heatwaves distorted the air. In absolute silence. It's too hot. I'm doomed. I guessed everything wrong. I thought this place would be full of spiritual herbs because of the dragon blood. But there isn't a single blade of grass. I angrily bit into the sand twice. Ling Qingxue frowned deeply, also feeling confused. It shouldn't be like this. Even if the dragon corpse is fire attributed, its power would continuously dissipate after death. It's impossible for it to affect the entire secret realm. At most, it would affect a small area, unless— I raised my head. Unless what? Unless this place was originally a desert, rather than becoming a desert due to the dragon corpse. Or there is some kind of fire-attributed treasure here. There is water here, so there should be demonic beasts. Secret realms are rarely completely desolate. There are demonic beasts in deserts too. Let's go. Let's look for the dragon bones first. As long as there are dragon bones, you can make significant improvements. I spread my wings and flew with Ling Qingxue. Little Xue, do you think what we're seeing is a mirage or something? Maybe this place is actually full of spiritual herbs, but we just can't see them. Ling Qingxue smiled helplessly. Almost impossible. Although my current mental strength isn't strong, I have opened the Divine Master's heavenly eye. Mirages in a low-level secret realm can't fool me. This place is exactly as it looks. I immediately felt deflated. Then what's the point of this? Better to just finish the dragon corpse and go straight to Lingtian High School. Forget spiritual herbs in this ghost of a place. There isn't even a single creature with legs. Before the words had finished, a brown, long strip-like object shot out from the sand. I quickly dodged, but that thing had already disappeared. No sportsmanship at all. A sneak attack and then running away. I'm so pissed. Ling Qingxue's beautiful eyes narrowed slightly. It's a sandworm beast, probably late second stage, but its size and strength are greater than normal sandworm beasts. I licked my lips. Let me have a taste. I've never known what a sandworm beast tastes like. I landed on the yellow sand. Sure enough, 7 or 8 sandworm beasts emerged from the sand and attacked me. I spread my black flame phoenix wings. Phoenix wing slash. Easily dealt with. I swallowed the sandworm beasts like slurping noodles. Ding. Devoured late second stage sandworm beast. Estimated 4 hours to complete digestion. So dry. This thing tastes terrible. I complained. Ling Qingxue couldn't help but laugh. Stop complaining. If there are many sandworm beasts here, maybe it could lead to your 4th evolution. For the next 3 days, we searched for dragon bones, while hunting sandworm beasts. Finally, a massive skeleton buried in the yellow sand. The dragon bones appeared in our sight. Beside the dragon bones, grew the only plant in the entire secret realm, a dragon blood tree. There really is a dragon blood tree. Ling Qingxue was overjoyed. Over such a long period of time, the dragon blood fruits have probably ripened many times. The fallen ripe fruits must have been eaten by sandworm beasts. A dragon blood sandworm king might have emerged here, Ling Qingxue warned. I looked puzzled. Can demonic beasts change species after eating dragon blood fruit? Ling Qingxue shook her head slightly. It's not exactly changing species. After some demonic beasts consume the dragon blood fruit, a trace of dragon lineage will develop in their bodies. That's why they are called dragon blood sandworm kings. Their strength is much greater than ordinary sandworms. I guess there's a high probability they've reached the 3rd